is streaming, because I can't really check it from here, unfortunately. Sweet.
Yep, it's live. There's a bit of a lag, but it's live.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. As long as there's lags. Hello, welcome. Perfect. People are arriving. Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes for people to start arriving, and then we'll probably get started in like 5-ish minutes for real. But welcome to those who are joining. Can I actually see like how many? Oh wow, a lot of people have already joined. Welcome. Dang. Welcome everyone. We are just now kind of getting started up. We haven't officially introduced anything yet or done any of that. We're just going to allow people time for people to join in. So apologies for all the lag or delay or any mechanical or technical errors that we make. This is the first time we're doing this, so it's going to be a lot. Hello, everyone. It is really unfortunate that you guys can't see the chat. Like,
oh yeah.
Someone.
I can look at it on my phone.
Oh, that's true. Perfect. Welcome. There you go. You can join in the chat if you want. Dawn at Autumn says hi, Mel.
Hi. I don't know who it is.
Oh.
Really honest.
We love it.
Hi.
Perfect.
But hi.
Nice. Gosh. Perfect. Oh, whoa. Wow, that's neat. Apparently my phone just gave me a notification. I can manage the thing from my phone as it's live streaming. Huh.
That's cool.
Neat. Okay, well, won't worry about that right now. Oh, it says LOL, it's Tori.
Oh. That's who drew my picture.
Oh, nice. Nice. You got, someone says, I got 3 minutes. Probably going for like, I'm in from the desert. Wow, goodness. Welcome, everyone. There's more and more people. Goodness, there's a lot. All right. So, yeah, we'll actually get started for real in about 3 minutes. At 7:05 is when we'll officially start the whole D&D playing. But welcome everyone. All right. So, if y'all need to use the bathroom, now's the time to do it. Just kidding, you can go whenever. From PA, NC.
We're not stopping this car until...
I am not pulling over. Oh, gosh. This is great. Hello. Welcome, everyone. From PA, Arizona. Nice. Alright. Okay. So. We'll go ahead and start. Might as well. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so. Welcome, everyone, to Misty Mountain Legends. I am your DM, Luke Kimbrough. And these are all the players. We'll get into what the world looks like. Right, I'll kind of give you a brief overview of the world I've made. It is a homebrew world that I've just kind of set up, and they'll be going through this one-shot. So, I'm going to share my screen. This is where the technical stuff is going to mess with me.
You got it.
I know. Got to make sure the right tab is opened up, and boom. Right. Okay. Alright, so everyone can see that map, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Sweet. Let's do that so everyone can see it a little more clearly. Alright, so this is the land of Morwan. It is this, not an archipelago, it's just this slab of land that sticks out from a bigger section of continent that is to the south. As you can kind of see, over millennia, it kind of slowly drifted out into the ocean, and it has all these different countries that settled there over time. Though originally there was just one people that lived there. They're the natives, and then eventually there was colonizers that came from all over to settle in this land. So, where we're going to be taking place today is right in this area. This is the Great Tonbar Tundra, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It looks like this. So, this is the kind of the general idea of what the landscape looks like for those of you who want to have a general idea in your head of where the players are. Though in this city, it would be a little more snowy and icy because it's early spring at the time that this is taking place. So very cold, but yeah, so that's the world. So we'll go ahead and have y'all introduce yourselves. Whoever wants to go first. I didn't have an order to this.
I'll go first.
Perfect.
My name is Anna Conroe. I'm married to him. And I am playing a Tiefling bard named Lyra. Are you going to pull up the...
There it is.
Yeah, this is Lyra. She is a former performer. She's called for bard. So she's not so much a singer as a performer with swords and daggers and knives and such things. That's her expertise area. And fun fact about Lyra is that she's terrified of house cats.
Love it. Alright. I'll just pull up a screenshot and whoever that is will go next. AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Trueshot on TikTok. I will be playing Dolf Fitzgerald, the Halfling Cleric. A fun fact about Dolf is that he's never far from prepared. Just single. He just wants to let his face
I love it. Alright. Next up is... Aha! This one.
Me. Hi, I'm Deanna. I'm playing Isira. She likes to be known as Is. And Isira is a wood elf rogue. She has gray eyes and black hair, and she's a little on the short side. And she's 130 years old. And my fun fact is that I love gooseberry jam.
Perfect. Alright, hang on. We're getting someone saying the white noise is bad, so hang on. I'm going to try. Oh, ear's falling off. Let's see. Did that help? Let's see.
Should we speak to see if it...
What? No, okay. Alright, so that was these headphones. That's the issue. Alright, so... Perfect. Alright, so apparently those headphones are causing a lot of white noise, so I will not use those. Okay, perfect. Glad that cleared up. Thank you, chat. Alright, so next up, boom.
Hi, I'm Roxanne. I'm playing a Centaur fighter named Storm. And as you can see, she was drawn by my best friend. Her Instagram handle is Kenya Powers, and she's open for commissions right now. If anybody wants a D&D character drawn. And a fun fact about Storm is that she loves pranking people.
Alright, so next up. Aha! Hi.
Oh, hey, I'm Luke. Luke Ehrenholtz. I'm the one Canadian on this here stream, and I'll be playing Tyler Trueshot. I forgot his name for a second. Tyler Trueshot, and he's a human ranger. And a fun fact about Tyler is he's got a bit of an ego. He kind of thinks that he's famous, and he's kind of just in general on the pursuit of fame and notoriety. And but in reality, he kind of thinks he's more famous than he actually is. So that's Tyler.
Nice. Alright, and then last but not least.
All right. Hi, I'm Melissa, and I will be playing Skud, Blood Rot. And fun fact about Skud is he is super dumb, but he thinks that he's really smart.
Oh, perfect. All right. So that is all the players and the characters along with them. And so we'll go ahead and we'll jump right in to the actual playing. Hopefully, if I can get this set up. Apologies for my slowness. I'll just have that pulled up for now. All right. So, are y'all ready to begin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's begin.
Perfect.
Let's go.
All right. So, in this world, what you all are doing is you all have been hired as bodyguards for the noble family of Throm. They are traveling towards the land of Hashland, which I can kind of show y'all. This area here, it is just a neighboring country to the Molten Empire, where these emissaries, this noble family, is from. And you are been hired to guard them and transport them across the Great Tombar Tundra, a land of constant snow and ice, though somewhat, gets up to the low 40s in the midsummer. But it's very cold year-round. They are attending a summit in the town of Foxmorestow, in the Hashland land of Hashland. You have been hired in a way that you're going to be on the lookout for any sort of bandits, monsters, or anyone who is from Hashland that would seek to break the peace between the Molten Empire and Hashland. So that is what you've been set up for, and that is what you are prepared for as far as why you're here. You are joined by a bodyguard and butler to the Thrum family, Kana Yasser, a stout minotaur with reddish fur and dark horns. He is a monk. For background and kind of mechanic speaking, he is a monk in the Way of the Drunken Fist. So, we'll be excited about that. Now, at this moment, you are all amidst the Great Tombar Tundra, the massive wilderness of nothing but grass and hills and ice, with few hills and mountains and trees dotting the landscape. Rocky and grassy terrain, it is a long and tiresome journey to get across it for those who make it. You're escorting Junis, the Lady Thrum, and Trollan, the gentleman Thrum. You are all riding upon your horses, aside from you, Storm, who are in fact the horse. And you are keeping watch over the horizons for any bandits that will attack the carriage that the nobles are riding in. And as you're traveling, Kana, he turns to you all as you have just set out on this journey, and he pulls out of his cloak, out of his tough leather jerkin and sturdy trousers, he pulls out a flask from his pocket and takes a large swig. And he turns and offers it to whoever's closest to him, which at this moment is in fact, Tyler Trueshot. You are the closest to him at this moment, and he offers it to you.
Well, thank you, my good man. I am honored by your generosity, and though I think that maybe since I'm on the job, I'll take a pass this time. And I pass it back to him.
All right, suit yourself. Anyone else like a swig? And he just kind of hands it out to any of you who would like to take it.
Storm would raise her arm out and say, "I'll take a drink."
All right, here you go. Oh, this is a brew from my hometown. Gall mead is what we call it. It's distilled in the gallbladder of a tiger moose for 6 months.
Excuse me. In a gallbladder?
Yes, it's a delicacy where I'm from.
I don't know, man. That sounds kind of rad. Give me some of that.
Wait. Is this something we should be drinking when we're supposed to be on alert?
It's never been an issue for me. And you can tell he's already speaking with a slight slur. And Storm, when you take it and hold it, you can tell he's already been drinking this before you all started leaving. Like, he's been drinking all morning, basically. It's not full, this flask.
I say, I'll you know what? I'll give it a try.
All right, here you go.
He hands it to me. I pour it out.
No! What are you doing?
Whoa.
He's going to try and snatch it from your hand. Are you going to try and stop him?
Yes.
All right, this is competing dex check then.
I am going to help him try to get this.
Okay, perfect. So he's rolling with advantage.
Okay. That is a natural 20.
He also rolled a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so
get ready for a roll off.
Oh gosh. All right, what's your dexterity plus?
2.
His is +3, so he beats you. He manages to grab it out of your hand, and you still poured out quite a bit, so there's not a whole lot left.
Okay.
But he just kind of holds it, like gently caresses it a little bit, and he just looks at you with disdain and anger. Says, I don't like you very much. I'm gonna not right next to you. Oh.
Well, that's okay with me, because I'm here to get the job done, and apparently you're not.
Mage hand and grab the flask from him and take a sip.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. That's fine. He's not expecting that, so go ahead. You get it. You take a sip, and now there's even less. There's probably, at this point, there's about 2 sips left.
Just kind of shrug my shoulders and say, all right. When I hand it back.
No, just all right. That is. Oh, you don't have any taste. I'm gonna go over here with this fine man. It was Dolf, right?
Yeah, man, Dolf.
All right. You seem like a man of genuineness and taste.
Anything brewed from the home is a very fine taste indeed. It's what keeps us whole and keeps us very connected to our own homes, you know?
Yes, unlike you. And he throws his, kind of leans over on his horse and just kind of, throws his arm around you and brings you in for a bit of a hug.
Man, he is so much bigger than me.
Yeah, so much bigger. I mean, it's just your head's basically in his armpit, and he does not smell that great. Yeah. So that is the start of your journey. And we're going to kind of skip ahead a little bit because you're going to kind of get deep into it. So over the course of the time, you all get to know each other a little bit more. You're just as you travel, and it's been a pretty calm, aside from a few run-ins with some smaller creatures trying to steal the food out of your packs at your campsite. You haven't really had much of an issue as you've been traveling. So at this point, you've been traveling for about 3 days and grown accustomed to the road. Kana has told you many stories and tales from his home. The nobles, Junis and Trallin, haven't spoken much. They seem to keep to themselves for the most part, sticking to their larger tent or the carriage whenever they're traveling or just around the camp. But they still have laughed well around the campfire, which is where you are all at now. And at this moment, Kana is telling a tale to you from one of his many journeys. So there we were, covered in mucus and snot from the hog's toad, and out of nowhere, this massive bird came flying down and carried away this 10-foot tall, 900-pound beast and flew off. I have not come so close to my own death since. Anyways, there's enough of my stories this whole trip. Come, tell me some of your own. What tales have you all, what adventures have you all had?
Tyler steps up and he says, well, when I was but a boy, mere 16 years of age, a giant came wandering through my hometown of Rangeton, and let's just say there was no one around to defend the town, so who stepped up but me, might I remind you, a boy with nothing but a bow, and I with 2 swift shots to the head and chest, I took down the mighty giant all on my own, and became quite a hero to my hometown. Of course, though, I'm sure many of you have heard this story before because my reputation tends to precede me.
You know, as a bard, I would have imagined that would have been a tale that had come my way, but no, I've never heard your name before. How strange.
Very strange. You must be a new bard.
Oh, no. No, my friend, I am not.
It's interesting. I've never heard of you either, Tyler Trueshot.
Nor have I.
Tyler
Well, you gotta
Trueshot.
read a little more, I think.
That legend made its way around my village. Oh man, the stories that were told about your greatness.
Tyler is very excited to know that Iz has heard of him and leans in a little close, sits a little closer to Iz.
Lyra is, she has her lute out, is kind of plinking away, and it's comical sounds as he tells his story. No, very dramatic music.
Oh, Tyler, and I say, tell another. I must hear more.
Oh, another. Well.
Lyra, go ahead and give me a performance check as you strum away.
It's a 14.
Yeah, it's great. It's perfectly timed, and you're able to fit the cadence perfectly whenever he speaks to make it sound just funny.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm sure you had many more adventures. It couldn't have just stopped at the giant.
Oh, of course. I mean, there was the time that I rid a cave of 6 grizzly bears.
How big were these grizzly bears? Were they cubs?
No, they were grand, mighty bears, and I took them down with more arrows.
Wow, that was
Very
compelling.
bravely. Yes, the nearby village was very thankful for my service of gratitude, and But I mean, I'm sure you've heard the story before.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, that one's passed by me too. I haven't heard that one yet either.
Many times.
Tyler, go ahead and use inspiration for coming up with stories on the spot. That was great. Man. Well, does anyone else have any stories? I'm sure this brave Tyler here hasn't. He can't be the only one who's killed a giant in his time.
Well, there's that one.
I mean, not
time.
everyone.
There's that one time that my brother and I, Voss, we took down a purple worm and ate it by ourselves.
The entire thing.
You ate it?
Thing. Of course.
Was it good?
Oh, it was delicious.
Did you feel all right afterwards?
Yeah. I've got a
May I ask?
stomach of stone.
Okay.
Oh, marvelous. Oh, I'm sure worm meat tastes just fine.
Absolutely.
But what was the worm doing?
Well, it was attacking other people, so we took it down.
Seems fair.
Did you say the worm was attacking people?
Yes, it was a purple worm.
Tyler Trueshot, have you never heard of purple worm?
I can't say I have, to be honest.
He was too busy killing those grizzlies.
Too busy.
Exactly.
Must have taken a while. There were 6 of them.
Now, I haven't ever taken down a purple worm or 6 grizzly bears, but there was that time that I wiped out an entire flank of an orc army.
Oh, that sounds like a mighty fine story. Please indulge.
Well, I was, about 17 and had just started to learn how to fight about 5 years prior. And me and my mentor were out doing some patrol when we came across a group of orcs who were spying for the nearby army. So we got a surprise round on them.
Oh, mighty fine. Very impressive. What about you, Dolf? You only one who hasn't told a story, or I suppose you, Lyra, you haven't told a story, but I'm not too excited to hear from you. Called out my golden lead. But anyways.
Well, I mean, I don't really go into fights really that much. It's just more me going town to town, finding people that needs help, that whether they're sick or whether they need some extra help with medical needs, I'm usually there to help them out. And just making people feel good. That's all I've been doing much. So, haven't really encountered anybody attacking anyone really. That's more of my brothers and family. That's probably more their speed of doing good deeds and felling enemies, but I'm just making sure everyone's A-okay.
Very noble. Oh, well, I suppose Lyra will hear from you now. Not really gonna listen.
I give myself a dramatic little intro on my lute. Like a little theme song to myself. And then I would say, well, I spent my years in the circus using my swords for performance and for entertainment, not for death. But seeing as we are all here to protect a family and potentially kill things, I guess I'll have to experience it one day.
So you've never taken a law yourself?
No, I have not.
I slap Lyra on the shoulder and say, "It's fun. You'll like it."
I take his hand and I like flick it off of me. Like I'm like a little bit disgusted that he just touched me.
Oh,
Do
gosh.
you take pleasure in killing?
Or what?
Do you take pleasure in killing?
Well, when it is a threatening beast that could harm someone, then I mean, it takes a hero to slay said beast, and I take pleasure in being a hero. Who wouldn't?
Could harm, not actively harming. So anything that has the potential to harm, because clearly you have the potential to harm.
Whoa! I mean,
I play like a little like dun, dun, dun,
Really?
dun.
I'm sorry, I've just never been addressed as anything but a hero. So the suggestion is just a little taking my words away from me. But I mean, surely, you know, when something has snarling teeth and looks especially aggressive, I think we know what needs to be done.
By that definition, then I would be worth killing.
But you're like small, and I'm talking about like big things.
Okay, so now size is the issue.
Yes.
Tyler, what were those 6 grizzly bears doing? You said they were in a cave. Were they just at their home?
No. There were the village people had approached me and said, "These bears are a big problem. We're very scared of the bears." And then I said, "I can handle scary bears."
Dolf just takes out a very inconspicuous bag of popcorn and just starts eating popcorn.
My favorite part of the bear story is when they found the orphan baby bears wandering around crying for their missing parents, and they were so cute.
Tyler, you orphaned baby cubs.
We gave them foster bear parents.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I just got very uncomfortable all of a sudden. I think I'm going to go for a walk. Don't mind me.
Any more of those drinks?
Kind of gets up and walks a little ways away. And you hear, if you want, you can make perception checks. How about that?
All right.
I got a 16.
All right.
I got a 15.
All right.
15.
Nice.
21.
Nice. Oh, man, y'all all did great. Yeah, you hear him unscrewing a flask, and it sounds like a different flask than the one he's been drinking from, so he clearly has multiple flasks.
Immediately, I'm just like, let me join. I'm out of this conversation. Let me join.
And you see him turn, he's like, come on.
Skud kind of scurries off behind both of them.
I love
Where
it.
is
The two smallest players with the largest player.
This just massive minotaur just like hulking above them, and he's just like passing out little flasks.
I'm kind of imagining both of you sitting on his shoulders as he's walking.
That's what I was gonna say. We like run up his back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening right now. But to answer your earlier question, Anna, they are also around the fire. They're laughing and listening to the stories, but they're not speaking really. They're just gently sipping at what looks like some tea that they've brewed, and they're just sitting there. They're just enjoying listening to the conversation.
Okay.
So, Yeah.
What is the Minotaur's name again?
Kana, or Can. You can call him Can.
Oh, Can. So, Can, how many days left do we have in this journey?
Hard to say. We've been traveling for what, 3 days now? If we travel all day tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and then that next day, we should be there. So, 4 days.
We'll get there when we get there, I guess.
Yeah. Don't worry. I've got plenty of these. And he like opens up his jacket, and you like literally see about 10 pockets. Each has a flask in it.
I'll toast to that.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah. So, did y'all have any other stories you wanted to tell, or did we want to riff on Tyler some more?
Mage hand invisible, and I try to steal one of the flasks off of Can.
Roll stealth. It won't be a hard check, but
18.
yeah, you're able to snag one of them. But let's see. Dolf and Skud, since both of you are there, go ahead and give me perception checks to see if you see one of the flasks just start lifting out of his jacket. Because he definitely didn't.
I got a 15 again.
You both see the flask slowly.
I look at them and I go, shh.
Y'all listen?
I
don't say
Dolf
anything.
thinks that this drink is getting to him. So he just continues drinking.
Perfect. All right, you get the flask.
He's like, this hit hard.
I scooch closer to Lyra and I hand her the flask so that she can get the pleasure of dumping it out.
Yeah, I like quietly like put it behind me and just dump it. And at the same time, I would like to use thaumaturgy to make a low grumbling grizzly sound right behind Tyler.
All right. Yeah, so you do that. Yeah, so Tyler, behind you, you hear the low grumble of a grizzly very close behind you. What do you do?
Tyler excitedly jumps up and grabs his arrow, and a beast to be slain. A chance to show what I'm made of.
I'm ready for my loot, like giving him his little like comical theme song.
In the way with this what's the spell called?
Thaumaturgy. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly.
Okay, thaumaturgy. Can everyone hear it or just me?
Everyone can. Yeah.
I believe everyone can hear it.
So I didn't just get up and start
Yeah,
acting great.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah.
And so I have my bow pointed behind me. Are we like out in an open field right now? So
yeah, like kind of it's in the open. You're just on kind of some dirt, rocky ground. It's all icy. But you found some, basically, I mean, like old poop to burn, like how like cowboys would do out in the plains. And some wood from some trees that have died, but not very much. So
I can clearly see there's nothing behind me.
Yes, very clearly. You can definitely see nothing.
Okay, so I'll be slightly embarrassed and like, oh, thought I heard something.
Perhaps it was your stomach there, Tyler.
Or maybe the children of the grizzlies you slayed.
What was that?
Said maybe the children of the grizzlies you slayed have come to claim you. Avenge their parents.
Come to... I was going to say come to thank me, but probably not, I suppose. This fire is hot. Is anyone hot by this fire? I find this fire very hot.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Distracted
no, we
by
lost
the
one.
grizzly noise, I'd like to return the empty flask to Khan's person.
All right. I guess another stealth check if you want to do it stealthily. What'd you get? Oh.
Your audio's not coming through.
Oh. See. Oh,
10.
10. Okay. Perfect. That's
10,
weird.
10?
20.
Oh,
Alright.
20.
Oh,
she
20.
got
Oh,
20.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, he does not notice. Yeah, that's so weird. It says you're muted. There we go.
Tried.
Oh, there we go.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just tried to just mute and unmute to see if it worked.
Gotcha. Sweet. Perfect. So yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, he does not notice the flask go back into his jacket. He's definitely hitting the flask a little hard. So you can tell he's slurring his words a little bit between Dolf and Skud. You both can tell his natural state seems to be a little bit tipsy at the least. So that was great. So after swapping stories and sharing drinks, Trollin and Junis stand up and they just say, Trollin stands up and says, "Thank you very much for the enjoyable stories, and Tyler, for your humorous recreation of fighting bears. But I believe we will be going to bed now." And they both give a bow and head towards their tent. So now, what all do you want to do? You're all around a campfire. Junis and Tron have gone to bed. Skud and Dolf are sitting on Can's shoulders, and they're all you're all drinking. So, what do y'all do?
Well, should we decide who's going to take first watch?
I can take first if it.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, to take the next watch.
Oh.
I'll take a watch with Tyler.
Perhaps keep his bill away from him. He seems a bit antsy.
You got it.
Seems like anything large that can move is a target.
I mean, do you really want something large moving coming towards you in the night?
Storm is going to approach Tyler kind of aggressively looking, considering she is nearly 7 feet tall.
Tyler is intimidated by Storm. Also, her story of war greatness was quite impressive compared to his. So in general, I think he's a little threatened by Storm, but really, it has to protect his ego. So he's going to kind of lurchily kind of take a stand, but still kind of be a little bit like shaky in that.
Ed's just sitting there like waiting for a fight.
Well, I'll let you take that watch, and I'll be back later.
That's careful for grizzlies in the dark.
Oh.
If you see any grizzlies, you give me a call, because you know who can handle them.
I think Lyra and I will be just fine on our own.
Yes.
Well, I'm quite sleepy, and I'm going to take a nap.
I'm gonna find a quiet corner somewhere to trance out as well.
That doesn't exactly go to sleep as much as pass out.
I love it. Nice. All right, so apologies. My side screwed up a little bit, so I'm having to fix the video stuff, but I think I've got it working now. All right, so who is taking first watch again?
I
Storm and
am. Yeah.
All right, who's taking second?
Is in Tyler.
Liz
Is in Tyler. Sorry, yes.
Yes. All right, and then Skud and Dolf are taking the last one.
Yes.
Yep. Hopefully they've sobered up a bit by then.
Hopefully.
Probably not.
No. Yeah, because Can definitely, just looking at him, you can tell he would not be a decent person to take watch at this moment. All right, so after settling in and talking and getting to know each other a little bit more, you all decide that it's time to rest, and you all take your leaves towards your tents, and Lyra and Storm, you all you both just set up around the campfire, and you're on first watch. So for this, it'll be pretty simple. Just go ahead and give me general perception checks.
24 for me.
17 for me.
Nice. You both feel as though it's pretty quiet. You hear some cracks out there, but they seem to be smaller creatures, nothing super big or crazy.
No grizzlies?
No grizzlies, yeah, no grizzly bears. But yeah, it seems very quiet, still very cold. You just have to stay close to the fire as it's definitely around, it's 15 below right now. So it's still very cold. So after your watch, you awaken Iz and Tyler, and you both wake up, and you're now on watch yourselves. So go ahead and just give me another perception check.
19.
20, not natural.
Yeah, same sort of deal, except you, Tyler, you see a grizzly off. I'm kidding. Yeah, you very quiet, very relaxed night. So after you all finish your watch, later in the night, early in the morning, you awaken Skud and Dolf. Now, Skud and Dolf, how much did y'all drink with Can?
It's.
I mean, it wouldn't take much since we're small.
Yeah,
So...
and it was strong stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So both of you go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws to see if you wake up easily.
12.
Oh, nice. 17.
Okay, so Dolf, you wake up, but you're still buzzed. You're not all there. You wake up. It takes some shaking to get you up, but you're just like, okay, I'm up. But Skud, you're dead to this world. Basically, you're just out. So what do y'all try? So for those who are awake, what do y'all try to do to wake her up or them up?
I am going to. I'm gonna cast Goodberry.
Oh.
And then just silently just start shoving some berries into Scud's mouth to see if to see if they wake up.
All right.
All right.
I'm just gonna be like, here's a good berry. All right, chew. All right, here's another good berry. Chew. Are you waking?
Okay, yeah, no, that'll do it. After 10 minutes of you just slowly feeding individual berries to Scud, they wake up.
What's going on? What's in my mouth?
Don't worry about it. It's just some good berries. Some good berries. Some good berries. You're fine. You'll be fine. You won't need to eat for a while. You're just gonna be full.
That's good.
Perfect. All right, so you are both awake, both still fairly tipsy, buzzed at least. So your perception checks, give them to me at disadvantage.
All right.
7.
Oh.
That is going to be a 9.
Yeah, y'all get very distracted by trying to keep the fire going and just basically just, looking at each other being like, what was in that drink? Oh gosh. That's strong. Given both of you are much smaller, it hit y'all much harder and faster.
Did you see how deep Tyler dug his hole? So he just wouldn't stop.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
He has no idea how to just stop while he's so far behind.
But thankfully, from that, even though you don't notice much, you don't notice some small rodent creatures, basically like rabbits and squirrels, coming up and getting into some of the packs and stealing about a day's worth of food from. Let's see. We'll just find out how many people. All right. So from Scud's pack, from Storm's pack, from Can's pack, and from Iz's pack, about a day's worth of food is now gone. So
it's all right. It's okay. Everything's fine.
And y'all did prepare for about an 8 day journey with 4 days left. You have enough, but if that were to happen again, you would potentially start having to ration pretty heavily. So that's where it is at with how much food you have left.
But we don't notice this.
So. No, you do not notice this at all.
I have no idea.
So this is not a problem. It's not a problem now. It's a later problem. It's a tomorrow Dolf problem.
Exactly.
It's a
it's a sober Scud problem.
It's 3 hours from now problem. Yeah. So after taking your watches and after you all wake up and prepare for the day's travels, those of you who lost a day's ration noticed something got into your pack. What do y'all do? Oh.
Not happy.
I
just wake up grumpy.
On my watch, did anything happen on either of yours? I seem to be missing a day's worth of rations.
Not on mine. Not on my watch. Definitely not on my watch.
Tyler, I don't think I trust you very much.
Trust me.
I don't remember anything. Do you, Dolf?
That fire was lit.
And for some reason, the fact that you don't remember anything is not comforting to me.
Can.
Not my jam.
It recognized not to mess with a hero like me because it seems my pack is just fine.
Or did you steal it?
If anything goes bad, it's fine. I can just create food and water. It's fine. It's totally fine. We'll be fine on the. We'll be fine. Everything's cool.
Create my homemade jam.
Perfect.
Perhaps on the next watch, we keep Skud and Dolf on separate watches.
That might be wise.
Oh. So at this point, Can comes out of his basically Can has kept his bag in his tent with him. But he was passed out to the world. He could have had stuff crawling on him, and he would not have woken up. So, but you hear him rustling around, and then you just hear this large, what? Where'd my food go? And just he stands up and rips his tent from his horns, standing up, and he says, "What happened? Who stole my food? Who did it? Which one of you? I know it wasn't you, Dolf or Skud. You two are cool. I bet it was that Lyra. Lyra, it was you, wasn't it?" Oh, Lyra's taking care of a pup.
Sneaking away.
That was Lyra too.
She's just running. There's a pup. Brief moment as Anna takes care of a pup. But no, so Can's just standing. He's been very angry. Still, like, his demeanor from getting drunk last night has not changed. So he's still, like, basically still drunk.
Calm down.
Yes.
We're not quite sure what happened, but you're not the only one who seems to be missing food.
Yes. Yeah, I bet it was Lyra stole my food, wasn't it?
I'm just looking at him like he's the stupidest person I've ever met.
Perhaps we shouldn't go making accusations amongst the members we're traveling with.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make some kind of a check to try to see what stole the food?
It'd be investigation. And Storm, go ahead and give me a persuasion check to calm Can down.
14.
I have a 16 on my investigation.
Perfect. That kind of does. You're just barely able to kind of just relax. I mean, he still seems like upset, but he just goes back to his tent and just kind of starts packing up his things. He's just mumbling under his breath, like, "Stole my food." But Tyler, with that check, you're able to see that it was basically just some rodents got into the packs. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just some rabbits basically got in and stole the food. So.
Well, I think we all just need to relax a little bit and stop pointing fingers, because it would seem that we've been visited by just some simple rabbits and other small rodents. No big, major, scary threats of any kind.
Are you sure? Bunnies can be rather scary, Trueshot.
I can't tell if you're
compared to grizzlies.
Certainly no.
Rather menacing creatures they are.
I think I can handle a few bunnies.
Oh, God.
Tyler says entirely unironically and very seriously, "I'll be fine."
I love it. Oh, man. Oh, Pinto is being problematic again. Is Pinto being rough?
Yeah, she woke up from her nap and now she's like, play with me. So she's constantly biting my foot.
Ah, gotcha. Makes sense. All right.
Pinto roleplays the rabbits that have stolen our food.
Yeah, Pinto is absolutely the creature that stole all the food.
What are you doing?
So, as you all figure out what happened, it's it's one of the warmer mornings you've had so far. So you anticipate hopefully easy goings for the day. And packing up is very short, doesn't take long. You all have gotten to the rhythm of packing up your campsite. And after just about an hour of getting breakfast and packing up, you're all set to go and on your way. So you're back on the road once more. Go ahead and give me perception checks. Everyone.
Everybody?
Natural 20 plus 7.
Woo!
7.
18.
14.
21.
Uh-oh. I know your microphone went out again.
Here,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
26.
26. Okay. So, and Scud, you said you got a 7?
Yes.
All right. And Storm got 14. All right. So the rest of you, aside from Scud and Storm, as you're traveling away and kind of just looking back at the campsite, you see just out of the low grass, well, it's kind of high grass. It's about like waist-high grass. You see a kind of blue-ish, like blue and white furred hand grab some of the warmer rocks from the fire previously, and then disappear.
Could you say hand?
Mm-hmm.
Like a hand grabbed
Rocks.
Yeah,
rock.
like it's a hand. Like basically, you saw from like the elbow, looked like the elbow down. It's a hand, and it has blue and white fur. It blends in kind of with the snow in the area, but you do manage to see it. Reach out and grab one of the warm rocks.
Are we able to see kind of how large his hand looks? Like, is this a pretty average humanoid size of hand?
I mean,
Or is it grizzly sized?
I mean,
I'm sorry, I'll let it go.
I mean, it's a fairly small hand. It's like Dolf size, so like halfling sized hand ish, but longer arm for sure.
Familiar and summon my snowy owl Casper to kind of fly around and survey the area.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception for Casper.
Still getting used to familiars. She has advantage.
Nice. It is now.
So that's a 15.
All right. Hang on. All right. Your owl is able to see one strange creature that, after reporting back to you, because with familiar, you're able to communicate with your familiar easily.
Yeah. To see through her eyes.
Yes, you're able to see what appears to be a creature you recognize as a tundra dowik. That's Dowik. And what they look like, and what you know about them is the dowik are feral and often attack people in larger groups along the road. They steal away creatures that can be eaten, and they usually take them away to a frozen den so that they can be frozen and preserved for a later meal. They have thick blue and white fur and stand about 4 feet high at most. They have wide, flat feet with kind of tentacly-ish toes. 2 at the front and 2 at the back, so very strange. And their hands have 2 opposable thumbs. So thumb over here too. And their flat faces are kind of concave in the nostrils, similar to that. I forget the monkey. There's a type of primate that has the weird, like, kind of concave nose, but fur is lining the whole face and body. So you see only one, so you're not like terribly concerned about just one, but it is concerning that there are some nearby.
Would you guys like me to do something about that? That
Report what
blue
it is
hand
to-
over there?
I would like to report what Casper saw to the group.
Right. Yes. And then Tyler says that.
I mean, I'm
What do y'all
pretty
do?
sure I'm pretty sure we don't need to worry about one of them. We could just keep on going.
Yes, but it's unusual for one to be by itself. So everyone keep a sharp eye out, because we wouldn't want to run into a pack of them.
It's help.
Surely. Very, very wise, Storm.
I'm going to name him Frederick.
You're going to name the creature Frederick.
Yes.
My friend, if we have to kill dear Frederick, how would you feel about that?
Do you have other fun creatures around, I'm sure.
Oh.
And I will name all of them.
All right.
And that came from further away. Just this clunking noise happened as Can actually drops like half of his stuff off his horse. So you have to stop to pick that up.
Yeah, I say we just keep on pressing through, Just let the...
Wave. So long, Frederick.
Perfect. All right. So, as you go about, the day is, again, it's fairly warm for, being early spring. And you travel for a few hours, and it's around midday. And traveling since dawn, the air cold and frosty, but still fairly warm. Warm meaning it's still below freezing, but it's only like, like 1 below kind of thing. As you travel, you all hear a faint sound that kind of fills you all with hope. It's the sound of running water, which that's something you haven't seen since you started your journey through the tundra. As every stream and brook you've come across has been frozen solid, and you've had to melt ice to get any water that you need. So what do y'all do?
Storm's going to follow the sound of the running water and try to locate the source.
All right. Go ahead and roll investigation. It's going to be a fairly easy check.
Natural 20.
Yeah. No, you like walk straight towards it. You're like, oh, it's right here.
Are we gonna have to cross this river in order to get to where we're going?
Well, let's do this. Let me pull it up bigger. I can't really do that very well. But yes, this is what you see. So you all are, if you can see, you all are in this section. So like right about here. So you can see that there's a lot of grass. It's kind of hard to tell, I suppose, but right near the edge. And it is flowing. It's not actually all ice, but this is the best picture I could find to get it going. So, yeah. So, what do y'all do?
First, ignore the crying puppy in the background. And second, I would tell Can, you probably have some empty flasks by now. Maybe you should fill them up with water. I think you're gonna need it.
Well, I mean, I suppose I have gone through them a little faster than I thought I one of them I'm fairly certain I didn't drink from last night, but it's empty. Oh, I suppose I did.
You drank
I'm
so
going to
much.
pull out a water skin and fill that up with water.
Perfect. Here we go.
So, to be clear, we do need to cross this, yes?
Yes, you do need to cross it. It's not very wide, but you can kind of see there's a small lip right here, but you could cross right about here.
Can we tell the depth? Does it look like Skud would be okay?
It looks like it's fairly deep, but it's very clear water. So it looks as though it's only about it looks like it slowly kind of descends and gets to be about 5 feet deep-ish. So it's not super deep, but it's deeper than Skud and Dolf are tall.
For the record, I'm pretty sure Dolf is smaller than Skud because I'm pretty sure Skud is like 3.5, and I'm 3'1", and I also have heavy armor. So I will stay at the bottom of that river.
Our ponies can handle that.
Yeah. Would it be too deep for the ponies?
No, you could tell y'all are definitely going to be getting wet.
Okay.
But and there's a pinto. Everyone get very distracted at there being a small pup. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
She had resorted to howling.
No.
So I'm gonna no.
Oh no, don't eat the earbuds. Oh no. Oh gosh. Yes, it's clear that y'all would get fairly wet no matter what going through here, but the ponies and horses can definitely kind of swim through. And for you, Dolf and Scud, riding your smaller ponies, they could definitely wade through it, but y'all are gonna have to hold on tight to make sure y'all are not swept off their backs.
I'm gonna hold on to Can.
The carriage.
The carriage is it's got tall wheels. It appears as though it's able to get over it fairly easy. Again, they Tunis and Trallin hop to the top of the carriage so that they aren't going to get wet.
Could just a suggestion that maybe some of us larger people, height-wise, not to bring up size again, but could go across first and maybe just send a rope back so that no one gets swept away. For some of our smaller ones, and maybe even tie rope onto the carriage or something.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
Go ahead and cross the little river, and look back and say it's fine. I'm gonna cross.
Yeah, I just kind of shrug and I go, this will be fun, and I just start going towards the river.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up on Can.
Storm is going to kind of create a makeshift lasso situation. Just in case anyone starts to get swept away, she can just pull them in.
Perfect. All right. Okay. So, as everyone begins to make their way across, Storm, you said you're already on the other side, right?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Sorry, repeat that?
Just a 7.
Oh, just a 7? All right. Yeah. So, everyone, you're starting to get pulled across when out of the small shrubs and grass that lines the edge, basically right up here, as y'all kind of make your way across this section here. From up here, out of the tall grass, you all hear the sound you recognize or have heard tales of, if you have not been through this tundra before, as Dawic war cries. And from there, you see small tundra Dawics of, about a couple dozen of them, with 6 Dao beasts, which you recognize as the kind of cow and war horse sort of things that they ride, and also use to pull their larger victims away. And it's now time to roll some initiative. So everyone go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
Woo! All right. Yes.
I got a natural 20, and my initiative is 2, so 22.
All right.
Time to roll one of my worst stats.
14 for Tyler.
All right.
Storm got a 15.
All right. What'd you get?
17.
17. All right. Skud, what'd you get?
23.
23. Ooh, nice. And finally, Dolf, what'd you get?
8.
Nice. Okay.
Negative initiative, baby.
Hey. So that's not too bad. And for them. Okay. So, for those who are watching, I apologize that we're not going to have miniatures or a good way to show this. It's all theater of the mind. But how this is going to work is I'll just kind of show y'all on the map where they are initially and where y'all kind of are at. So right now we have pretty much who is the last to go across the river?
I mean, I guess Can would be in the back.
Yeah.
I was on mute.
Which
I was
would
going to say
leave
I would
us.
towards the back.
All right, so
Since
we'll
Can is
say,
carrying me.
yeah, Can with Dolph on his shoulders, and Scud, were you also on Can's shoulders?
Yes.
All right, so y'all and Tyler, you were in the back as well. You three are still on land, but the rest of you, aside from Storm, who's on the other side, are in the water. So for now, you are in difficult terrain with your horses, and your horses have speed of 60 feet. So as long as you stay on them, you have a speed of 60 feet.
And the carriage is across?
The carriage is in the middle. The carriage is actively in the water. So
what is Can's speed?
His speed's pretty good. I mean,
Yes, because he is a monk.
So he actually has the 3rd best initiative in all this. So this works out great.
Yay, when he moves, I move.
That's right.
Exactly.
I'm glad I stuck on his back.
All right, so top the order we have Scud.
Okay, so where exactly are...
So you are right here on Can's shoulders, and they are actively up here, but they look as though they are going to just straight up leap down this and will be coming towards y'all. They're going to try, it looks like they're going to try and leap across the river.
Okay. Well, I am going to hold my action until someone gets closer, but I'm going to use a key point for patient defense.
Nice. Sweet. And what weapon do you pull out so we can have an idea of?
It's a club.
All right. So that's that. Next, we have Lyra. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm in the water, correct?
Yes.
And there's none that I can like swing my sword at.
Correct. They are above you at this moment. They're about 15 feet above you. That's about how tall that little section is.
All right, so I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke, which, as a tiefling, is something that I can do. So I point my finger at one of them, and they are surrounded by hellish flames. They must make a dexterity saving throw and beat a 19 because that is my charisma score.
Dang. Dexterity saving throw, you said?
Yes.
Well, they got a 14 total.
Okay, so they're going to take 2d10 fire damage.
Whew.
Let me get my d10. Okay. That's 10 total.
10 total. Not bad.
And I have 2 attacks, so I don't know if that means that I can cast another spell. Or not.
I mean, yeah, there's not. I can't think of any rule that says you can't when you have 2 actions. So go ahead if you would like.
Who is closest to me?
Out of.
Can I reach? Storm is on the other side, right?
Correct.
Could I reach out and touch her?
Really, the closest to you is as far as like getting to you. It's like you're in the middle. So right now your horse's speed is halved. So I mean, you could spend your movement getting to her.
Okay. If I can spend my movement getting to her and take another action, like do another spell.
All right, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to get to her and I'm going to cast Heroism. So a willing creature I touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which my spellcasting is +7. So she gets 10 temporary hit points from that, or 7 temporary hit points from that.
Nice. All right, so Storm, mark that down. You have 7 temporary hit points.
Sweet, thank you.
All right. Is that all you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Next up is Can. All right, so this is gonna be fun. So Can basically takes is gonna take you, Dolf. And he says, "All right, how do you feel about being thrown?"
I take out my shield and I just curl myself as much in a ball as I can.
Perfect. All right, so he takes you. He sets Skud down. He takes you, Skud, and he sets you down just right next to him. And he takes Dolf in both hands, and he chucks you at the closest Dow beast. So the kind of the bigger creature that's right up front that one of the Dalek is riding. So we'll see how this goes. Almost lost a die. All right. That's going to be a that's a 21 to hit, which does it. So what happens is Can throws you with your shield out and you're tucked in. You hit this big old Dow beast square in the face, dealing
Cannonball, dude.
Dealing pretty good amount of damage. It's going to be 8 points of damage. That beast.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, sure. This is fine.
So And after that, go ahead and give me a dex save to try and land on your feet on the edge of the cliff.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna go bad. Oh, this is gonna go bad. It's gonna be a good giant 4.
Oh gosh. All right. So you bounce off the face of this creature, and it gets stunned for a second, so it stops moving forward. But in that, you kind of bounce off, and you kind of fall off the edge a little bit. But since there's water below you, you don't take any damage, but you are now in the water.
Oh, I'm gonna drown.
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
But with that, Pan sees what he's done, and with his 8 wisdom, didn't really think that far ahead about his actions. So he grabs his horse and starts wading out towards you. And he's able to kind of reach out, and he goes to grab your hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and if you take it, you are now no longer in risk of drowning, but you are also being held up by Can, basically.
Oh man.
All right.
I was like, well, goodbye, Dolf. It's nice playing you.
So
That
that's
was quick.
Can's turn. Next up is
Feed me.
it's your turn. Yeah.
Is the nearest one within 80 feet of me?
Within 80 feet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I kind of look up and around and I say, oh, it's going to take a while to name all of you. And as I'm pulling out my short bow, Casper flies forward to help give me advantage. And I am going to, because I have an advantage, I'm going to use sneak attack to fire at the nearest one.
Nice.
And that's it. Oh, that's a 26.
That does
To hit.
that hits for sure. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage.
$13.
13
And
damage.
as I'm firing, I try to just go, take that, Maurice.
Oh man, I love it. So, all right. Hits it pretty hard. Looks like it's barely standing. After taking the hellish rebuke and that arrow, it's hurt pretty bad. All right. Anything else you want to do? I think your voice cut out. There we go.
Can I use a bonus action to dash across the remainder of the river?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
All right, so you are now on the other side with Storm and Lyra. Next up, Storm, you're up.
Okay, so Storm is going to use a bonus action to charge. So she's going to charge one that's like 30 feet away from her.
All right, perfect.
And she is going to hit that creature with her great axe. $22 to hit.
22 to hit, you said?
Oh, you muted
Oh,
yourself.
yeah. 22 to hit, you said?
Yes.
Perfect. That does hit.
Okay, so they are going to take 13 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I, as a part of charge, immediately get to make a hoof attack. So I'm going to punch that same one as far as I can.
All right.
Let's see. 20 to hit.
Yeah. Is that a natural 20 or unnatural?
Unnatural.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it's going to take an additional 7 points of damage.
Nice.
And then for her second action, she is going. Is there another creature within like arm's length? 5 feet away
there's
from
definitely
her?
like when you come up kind of along that cliff edge, like right as you're like right down there, you come up and you get up here, and there's one here and here. There's quite a few, so there's definitely about 4 congregated right here that are not on the larger beasts that the other 6 other ones are riding.
Okay. In that case, I will take my great axe again and hit another one of the creatures.
All right.
And that one was a nat 20. Okay. So 10 damage, and then do you want me to double that since it was nat 20, or roll again?
Just roll the damage die again.
Okay, so that was 6 additional.
So 16 total. Nice. Whew. Hitting them both hard. All right. Perfect. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right. Tyler, you are up.
Okay. So sorry, just to be clear, did you say there's 2 of these guys?
There's a couple dozen of them total. They're all
okay.
And there's 6 of them that are riding some larger Dao beasts. These beasts are about this like human size. They're medium is their size rating. And there's these small creatures, the Daoics, are riding on their backs. And you see they have nets and various capturing equipment.
Okay. And have you? Okay. Have we taken any of them down, or are they just like? Or
3 of them have been hit. 1 is very wounded. It's the closest one. It's the one riding on the back of one of the Daoic beasts right up here.
Okay. All right. Well, Tyler is going to draw his bow. You might need to forgive me. As much as Tyler is an experienced fighter, Luke, not so much. But we're gonna do our best. And so I'm going to, as a ranger or a level 6 ranger, I get an extra attack as well. So I'm going to take 2 shots with my longbow at 2 of them.
All right. So go ahead and just give me 2 attack rolls then, and we'll just say which ones. Are you going for the one that's been hit already, or 2 new ones?
I'll take 2 new ones.
All right. Go right ahead and make 2 attack rolls.
Okay. So my first one is a 16 plus 6, so 22.
That hits.
And a natural 20.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage for the first one, and then you'll roll 2 damage dice for the next one.
So the first one gets 4 piercing damage. And the other one gets 7 piercing damage.
All right.
And then Tyler says, like, are these bad creatures? Am I allowed to shoot these ones? Kind of over towards Lyra and Storm.
After you've shot them?
yeah, that's.
I shout back. You should have asked before you shot.
I love it.
These are the bad ones, right? Right?
Oh god. All right. So now it is the Dalwick and the Dow Beast's turn. They are going back to back. You see all the ones that are moving and running up to you leap off of that small lip. One of them kind of fumbles. One of the Dow Beasts just kind of messes up and lands right in the water next to Can and Dolf.
Fun.
So they're right there, but they are just barely above the water riding the Dow Beasts. But the rest of them, the other 5 Dow Beasts managed to jump across. Well, 4 of the Dow Beasts jump across to the other side. One goes down, is starting to make its way towards you, Storm, as if it's heading towards the carriage that's starting to come across on the other side of the river. But they're going to go ahead, and a few of them are going to be throwing daggers at Storm, Lyra, and Is. So, let's see. So for Storm, does an 18 hit.
Forgot I was muted. Yeah, an 18.
All right, gotcha. So you'll be taking. There it is. Oh, not much. Okay, you're only going to be taking 5 points of piercing damage, piercing and cold damage. As you realize the daggers that they have are actually just shards of carved ice. And then Lyra, let's see if I can roll on here. Oh, does a 12 hit.
That's my AC exactly.
All right, so it does.
Hmm.
So you'll be taking 9 points of piercing and cold damage. And then oh wow. Okay, rolled decent. That's going to be a 21 to hit. All right, so you'll take this time only 5 points of piercing and cold damage. Then the ones next to, I believe, Skud and Tyler, the beasts are going to actually charge at you. So they actually have moved at least 20 feet, and they're going to attack you with their horns. So for Scud, that probably won't hit. That's a 12. All right, so this beast just kind of charges towards you, and you kind of step out of the way. But for you, Tyler, does a 18 hit.
Oh, no, yeah, it does.
All right, so that means I need 2d8s. Oh, boy. All right, so you're going to be taking a grand total of 14 piercing damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw for me. You have to beat a 14.
That hurt. Strength saving. I made an 11 on my strength saving throw.
All right, so you get hit hard with just this creature's horns, and from the strength of its charge, it knocks you back, and you have fallen prone.
Oh, no! Okay, so I took 14 damage, you said?
Yes, 14 total.
Okay. And I'm prone.
Yes. And that is their turn for the most.
That hurt very much.
Now, since I was holding my action, does that mean that I can use my 2 attacks?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
So, the first one is a 15 to hit.
That does it.
Awesome. All right.
Are you attacking the tundra? Are you attacking the Dalek or the beast?
Whatever's within range. So
They both are. That beast is right there, and the Dalek's riding on top of it.
I would say the beast then.
Okay, so a 15 just barely misses.
Okay. All right, so my second attack, that's not going to hit because that one is a 13. All right.
Yeah. So it's just
All
close. You swing at it, but your blades just kind of glance off of what you as you hit it and you look at it as this beast kind of charges past you. Its fur is coated in thick ice, as though they've intentionally frozen water into the fur to create this sort of natural armor.
Lovely.
And now it is Dolph's turn.
Cool. All right. So how many are by where Storm is right now?
There's about 12. One Dalek riding a beast, and then about 11 just Daleks on foot. So, but
Okay.
in the water directly next to you is a Dalek and a Dow beast.
Cool. That's fine. So what I'm gonna do is use my divine domain feature, since I am an order cleric. Oh wait, nope, can't do that. Never mind. That is a different thing. Okay, cool. Change of plans. I am going to I'm gonna cast slow on the creatures that are by on the Daleks that are by Storm. It only targets six of them though.
Gotcha.
So,
all right. So
they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, perfect. The thing they're not great at. Yeah, that's going to be a grand total of. Yeah, no, none of them passed. So
sweet. So, all right. So, their speed are halved. They take a -2 penalty to their AC and dexterity saving throws. They can't use reactions. They can use an action or bonus. They can only use a bonus action or action and not both. Regardless of any abilities or magic items they have, they cannot make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn. And I don't know if they can cast spells, but
they cannot.
And at the end of each of its turns, they can make a new saving throw to get out of it.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. I'll keep that in mind.
And can't do anything else, so just get a shit. So wait, is there one in front of me?
Yeah, there is.
I can't do anything either way, so it's fine.
All right. In that case, we are back to the top of the order with Skud.
All right. So after missing my first two attacks, I kind of jump up onto the Dow Beast in front of the Dalek, and I hit it with my club twice.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a Dex check or an acrobatics check. To get to kind of jump up onto the beast.
All right. So that's a 10.
That'll do it, just barely. You manage to like hop up and you like slip for a second because it's first ice. You kind of grab on and you are now on top.
Perfect. All right. And then for the first attack, it is a 17 to hit.
That does it.
All right. And that's 10 points of damage.
And
then for the second, it is 14 to hit.
The Dalek
Mhm.
just barely misses.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Ooh, nice.
And do 2 unarmed attacks. Yes. First one is another 14, and The second one is a natural 20.
Whew, nice. Go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. So that is 12 points of damage.
All right. This one's looking real hurt. All right.
That's it.
Perfect. All right. So next up is Lyra. You're on mute.
Sorry. Are there any directly in front of me?
Did you move up to where Storm is at? Which is right up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are about 4 right in this that have moved right in front of Storm. So there are some right next to her that you can hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll to attack with my scimitar.
All right.
That probably didn't hit 8.
No, that did not do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack again.
All right.
Oh my gosh, 10.
Oh no, that did not do it.
Shoot. Okay. So as a bonus action, I can inspire one person and give them a D6 to use on an attack roll, ability check, or save. Who is looking the worst off?
Definitely
on our team?
Tyler.
Okay, Tyler, you have a D6 to use at your choosing.
Oh, thank you.
I wish it wasn't you, but for the greater good.
So, Anna, if you're only a bard, then it's actually a D8 now since you are level 6.
That's right. Yes, D8. It is a D8.
Yes.
Oh well.
Thank you for that
Do I need to,
clarification.
so an attack, I need to decide beforehand that I want to use it as an attack?
No.
You can roll and then decide if you want to use it or not. You have it for 10 minutes, so probably most of this round.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do.
Perfect. Next up is Can. Can picks up Dolf and sets Dolf on the horse that's next to him. And then he pulls out these 2 sticks that look to be kind of carved and burned in various places, almost designed. And he has them in both hands, and he's going to take 2 different attacks at the Dalek on top of the beast. All right. He slips in the water and misses both.
Oh no.
Gosh. But as a bonus action, he can attack with his horns because that is an unarmed strike with Minotaurs. That one did hit, so he's going to deal 6 points of damage to that one Dalek on the beast in the water. All right. Next up is
Is Maurice within 80 feet of me?
Yeah, so if you're still kind of over in this area, no.
Yeah.
You're over here now, right?
I made it to the other side of the river.
Perfect. So there's some within 60 feet of you up here. Oh. Why am I losing that? Uh-oh.
Send Casper out to help me, provide advantage for my sneak attack to hit the nearest one with my short bow.
All right, go right ahead.
Is a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Okay.
I lowered a bunch of dice.
Oh. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay.
18 points of damage.
Whew.
And I kind of just shrug and I go, sorry, David.
I love it. All right, so that one's down there. Sweet. All right. Next up is no, sorry, Storm. Oh wait, yeah, what?
Can I take a bonus action?
Oh, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Sorry. Can I take a bonus action to hide in whatever's nearby? I have Mask of the Wild.
Yes, there are some shrubs and tall grass nearby that you can hide in.
Okay. I got a 12.
All right. Well, let's see. You're unsure if how well you're hidden. You feel like you're probably pretty well hidden. All right. Next up is Storm.
Okay. There's still one in the water next to Tyler, right?
Correct. Well, next to Pan and Dolf. Tyler's still on the land. Back,
on the other side.
Yeah, back here. There are 5 Dawic and Dow Beast on this side.
Okay. I'm going to take aim at the creature in the water next to Con and Dolf. With my hand crossbow. And I have something called the sharpshooter feat. So I will be taking a -5 to my hit, but it automatically has 10 damage plus whatever I roll.
Whew, all right.
Okay. So that was 16 to hit.
That just did it. Are you hitting the beast or the Dawic?
The Dawic.
Perfect. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. Okay, so it's going to take 17 damage total.
Whew. Right.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to charge forward to attack what's on the land on my side.
All right.
Second action will be a great axe swing to the head to one of them.
All right.
$22 to hit.
Whew, yeah, that does it.
Okay, that one just takes 10 damage.
And
then.
All right, perfect. You actually decapitate that one.
Cool.
You actually swing, and that was one you'd hit previously, and so you just take it and just, and its head just flies off. So you have.
Okay, and then I get the immediate hoof attack from my charge action. So whichever creature is closest to me that I have not decapitated, I'm going to make a hoof attack.
Perfect.
Okay. 16.
That hits.
All right, so that is going to take 8 points of damage.
All right.
And that is all I can do.
Okay, sweet. Next up is Tyler. Tyler, you have been knocked prone, and you have a Dow Beast and a Dawic in front of you.
Okay, so not to be made a fool out of, Tyler tries to turn his knockdown into a fairly modelish pose, and takes out his bow, and he does so with disadvantage because he is prone, but he's going to try to do his going to try to send 2 arrows into the beast that knocked him down.
All right, perfect.
You also have this inspiration, I believe.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I do. I also have that inspiration, and I have the inspiration that
so much
Luke
inspiration.
gave me, and then I also have the
the
bard
D8
you gave me. Yeah, that too.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So for my first attack, disadvantage. Whoa. Okay. With disadvantage, I got 18 plus 6, so 24.
That hits.
So that hits. Okay. And then I'll do my second, or should I?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my bardic inspiration. And so that is with my bardic inspiration and my appropriate bonuses, it comes out to 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 6 is 14.
Just barely misses.
Ah! All right. And so then I just do one attack. One of those hits. And it's going to do just 3 damage of piercing, or 3 piercing damage.
All right. Right into the face of the beast. All right. Nice. All right. With that, it is the Dalek and the Dal Beast's turn. Again, a few of them are going to throw daggers at Storm, and Lyra. Storm, the one attacking you, that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so you're going to take just 5 piercing and cold damage.
Okay.
Lyra. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're taking 7 points of cold and piercing damage. And then that's going to be 17 to hit. Okay. And that is also 7 points of piercing and cold damage. You. Now, for the one that is in the water, it's going to try and slash at Can while it can. Aha. Funny jokes. And that misses just barely. Then the beasts on land are going to once again try and attack Skud and Tyler. So Skud, that's going to be a 22 to hit. Yeah.
And it's going to have advantage against Tyler.
It will. That is only going to be 4 points of piercing and cold damage. The beast is going to use just a horns attack on you with advantage. And still missed. With advantage. Missed entirely. Its horns actually bury into the ground next to you, but don't quite actually hit you. So you are safe for now. Dolf, it is your turn. You are on the back of a horse. You have a Dalek and a Dow Beast in front of you.
Cool.
Also, I should mention, sorry, the Dow Beasts and other Daleks are trying to move around you all to get to the carriage that is moving onto land at this point.
Okay. So there's some Daleks. There's 5 Daleks and a Dalek beast on land that are by the carriage, right?
5 Daleks, 5 Dow Beasts that are heading towards the carriage. There's more on the other side. So yeah, there's the Dalek and Dow Beasts are right here. There's 1 Dalek and Dow Beast right here. And then there's another Dalek and Dow Beast up here with about 6 more Daleks heading towards the carriage, which is pulling onto land right there.
Okay. So those Daleks over there by on the ledge are the ones that are slowed.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're like basically molasses trying to head towards everything.
Okay. So on the ones that on one of the Dalek beasts that are by Tyler.
All right.
I'm going to cast Command.
All right.
As a bonus action. because as an order cleric, I can move any enchantment to a bonus action instead of an action. So I'm gonna cast command to that one Dawic beast and tell it to betray.
All right. So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yes.
All right. That's a 5.
Yoo-hoo. No, that's not gonna do it.
Perfect.
Cool. And on my action, I am going to. I'm going to. I'm just gonna swing. I'm gonna swing my weapon at it.
Nice.
So my weapon is a jit, which is like a two-pronged, just kind of two-pronged staff thing.
Gotcha.
Just a flavored mace, essentially. So I'm gonna attack the. I'm pretty sure I can't reach the Dawic that is riding on the Dawic beast, so I'm just gonna hit the beast.
Well, you actually can, because y'all are actually about at equal level, because the Dawic beast is in the water with the Dawic on top of it. So you're actually like looking each other in the eyes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit the Dawic then. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
You got it. That hits.
All right, and that's gonna be. It's gonna be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Perfect. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that is all my stuff.
All right. Now, at the top of the order, before we begin again, from the other side of the carriage that has gotten onto land, more Dow beasts come rushing out and ram into it, knocking it over, and in that process, Junis and Trollan crawl out of it. So they are now outside of the carriage on the ground with multiple Dawics and Dow beasts about to close in on them.
Weren't they originally on top of the carriage so as to not get wet?
Yeah, so they that's why they knocked out. I apologize. Yes, that's why when it fell over, they were knocked onto the ground.
Okay.
So they are on the ground, vulnerable, and yeah. So that's what you see. And we are back up with Skud. You have a Dow beast in front of you with a Dawic on top, with others starting to move away from you, heading towards Tyler and towards the river.
Okay. So I will hit at the Dow beast. That is a 2 to hit.
A 2?
22.
Oh, 22. Okay, yes, that definitely hits.
Right. And that is 9 points of damage.
Ooh, nice.
Hit. And then
you actually to the Dow beast, you said?
Yes.
All right, sweet. That hits it real good.
Right, and then for the second one, it's another 22.
Nice.
And that's another 9 points of damage.
Sweet.
And I will spend another key point to use Fury of the Blows. And first one is a crit.
Nice.
And for 7 points of damage. And the second one is a 26.
That also hits. Man, killing it. Literally.
For 6 points of damage.
All right. That Dow beast is not looking great. Not at all. It's looking real hurt.
That's it.
All right. Sweet. Next up, we have Lyra.
Okay, I have a spatial question.
Yes.
Where is the largest congregation of these creatures?
Currently, the largest one is in front of you. That is slowed. There's some over here, but one's concentrated on Skud. Some are starting to move around Tyler, which has one concentrated on him. And then there are others. There's a smaller group congregated right here around the carriage. So, but
Okay,
these
I
are
want
moving
to
that way.
find a 10-foot radius sphere that I can hit the most amount of them and the least amount of us.
All right. Well, Storm, you charged, and so you're kind of like up here now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So right here then would be the best place because there's about 4 of them right here.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit them with shatter. So a loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of my choice within range. It's a 10-foot radius, and every creature within that point must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. All right. All but 1, 3 definitely failed, but 1 rolled a. That's going to be a total of 16.
That one is fine. Well, it's gonna take half damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's 3d8. Hold on.
Oh gosh. It's a nice spell.
3d8. 7, 7, and 5, so that's 19 damage. And a creature made of inorganic material, such as stone, crystal, and metal, has disadvantage on the savings throw. I should have said that.
Okay. Well, actually, what you see is the ice that is gathered on their skin, on their fur, actually does shatter, and they look a lot poofier now.
Okay.
And mechanically speaking, what that has done is that's actually lowered their AC for those
Okay.
4 specific.
Cool. All right. And then for my second action, I'm going to cast darkness on the couple.
Oh.
So they will be hidden by darkness. It's a 15-foot radius that I'm not sure. I'll have to check how long it lasts. Hold on one second. It lasts for
Up to 10 minutes, it looks like.
up to 10 minutes. Yeah. So
All right.
they're in dark vision, can't see through this darkness. And non-magical light cannot illuminate it.
All right. Sweet. Good to know. Nice. All right. Perfect. So, that's it. That was a good turn. The ones you hit look pretty bad off. That kind of damage done to them again, and they look like they'd fall down for sure.
Okay.
Next up we have Can. Can is going to again swing the Eskrima sticks that he has at the Dalek on top of the beast. That one definitely hits. And that one also hits, so he's doing some good damage. Ooh. So that is. Where is it? That's going to be 16 points of damage. Which I believe will definitely kill the one that you are attacking, Dolf.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, he hits it square, just like one whack and another across the head, and it just like falls into the water and just floats down. And then he's going to pick you up again.
Oh.
And he's going to be like, all right, are you ready for another go?
Against my better judgment.
And he's going to actually throw you at the one that's attacking Tyler, since Tyler is still prone.
Oh, here I come. Here I go again.
So that's going to be a good amount. That's actually going to be a 22 attack. So you're thrown, and that's going to be pretty good amount of damage. That's going to be 7 points of damage against the one Tyler is attacking. So, all right. Go ahead and make a dex save for me real quick to land on your feet.
11.
Yeah, that works. Good enough. You are able to land on your feet, and you are out now right next to Tyler on land with his Dowick and Dow beasts right in front of you.
Cool.
Cannon's going to hop onto the Dow beast in the water and attempt to move it away on his next turn. So then next up is Iz. Oh, you're still muted.
Sorry.
You're fine.
How far away am I from the carriage?
You're only about 20 feet away from the carriage. And the carriage is half of it's enshrouded in darkness right now. So you're on the wheels end, and on the other end, there's the noble family and more Dow beasts and Dowick.
What I want to do is get around as many of the Dowick as possible that are not shrouded in darkness, and cast Color Spray, which has a 15-foot radius.
All right, gotcha. You could hit about you could hit a Dow beast and a Dowick with that. So the way where they're positioned.
Okay. I've never used this spell, so thank you for your patience.
You're fine.
It doesn't say, it just says roll 60-10, and then it's how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
Oh, actually, that's actually good to know.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that.
Okay. $23.
23.
It's like sleep, but it.
All right, so you actually affect multiples. All the ones that have started moving towards the carriage from behind you.
Okay.
So some here, and even some. Yeah, so about two Dow beasts and two Dowick are now affected by that spell.
So they're blinded until my next turn. The
Perfect.
end of my next turn, sorry.
Gotcha. Good to know.
And then I'm going to take a bonus action just to get a little distance away from them.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Next up, Storm, you are up.
Okay, I am going to charge back towards the carriage. And while I'm on my way there, I'm going to strike with my great axe.
All right.
Is there a Dow beast over there, or just the Dowicks?
There is one Dow beast that you have hit before.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit the Dow beast. So 18, 19, 20. 26.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and that one's going to take 15 damage.
You drop it. You hit this Dow beast, basically kind of hitting its back legs and underbelly as it's running, and it just drops, and its horns dig into the dirt in front of it, kind of does this front flip, sending the Dowick on top of it, flying, and he's going to go ahead and take about 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits the ground.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my hoof attack that I get from the charge, and take one of the Dowicks that I run past.
All right, those are the ones that Lyra has already hit, so you could potentially kill one of these.
Okay. All right, that was 16, 21 to hit.
That definitely does it.
it's going to take 8 points of damage.
Got very close, but didn't quite kill it. Very close.
And I'll go ahead and use my second attack to hit that same one I just kicked with my great axe again.
All right, perfect.
$21 to hit.
And killing it, yeah.
That one, just 7 damage.
That does it. You come through and you split it in half vertically as you run by, and it is gone. So well done. All right, Tyler, you're up.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna stand now.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna shoot my longbow at this. There's still a beast on me, right?
Correct.
Well, let's have at him. So for my first attack, that is a 15.
Against that beast, that just barely misses.
Get out of town. All right. Then I'm gonna try again. This time, can I? I would like to. I'd like to try Ensnaring Strike.
Ooh.
It's a spell, and if my bow hits or if my weapon hits the creature, then the creature is restrained by magical vines. And while restrained, it takes 1d6 piercing damage.
Nice. All right, go ahead.
Thanks. So some really noob questions here. It's just been a long time. So to roll a spell, I would roll a wisdom modifier or wisdom roll. Is that how that works?
I believe so. Well, with Ensnaring Strike, is that part of, does it say a melee attack, or is that a...
It's a conjuration. It's a bonus action.
So I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the way Ensnaring Strike works is the creature that you're trying to hit will need to make a strength saving throw to see if they succeed or if they're actually ensnared.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you do have to roll to hit it.
Okay, got it. Okay, and that's 24 to hit.
That does it. All right, so go ahead and roll damage, as well as a d6 as well, because it is now ensnared.
So, add those together?
Yes. Because it failed its strength check. 10?
Yeah.
All right. This Dow Beast is looking real bad off. Very close to death. Yeah, nice. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just say, take that.
Perfect.
That is all.
All right. So next is the Dalek and Dow Beast. The ones that are slowed are up. They are trying to throw stuff, but they are they're failing. So they're going to be rolling disadvantage, and they miss every shot horribly. Against Storm is in Lyra. The Dalek on top of the Dow Beast you were ensnared, he's only going to be partially ensnared. So he's still roll with disadvantage to attack you. Does a 15 hit? Tyler. Yeah, okay, yes. All right, sweet. So you'll take... Oh,
sorry.
Not a problem. You only take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okie dokes.
Then the one that is near you, Skud, is going to attack you, the on top of it. And that's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. And that is a 7 points of piercing and cold damage. All right, finally, Dolf. With all those, they are moving slowly. The ones that were over here have now made it into the water and are near the edge of the carriage here. And you
Where's
hear
that?
the carriage is right about here. So the Dalek and Dalbeasts that were here have made their way here, aside from the ones engaged with Tyler and Skud. And Dolf, who is also on this one.
Yeah.
So
where is that Dalbeast that I told to betray?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's actually the one that Tyler just attacked. So that one is going to rear back and trying to hit the one on top, the Dalek on top of it, and definitely succeeds. So that Dalek, thank you for reminding me, is going to take 10 points of damage as some horns rear back and kind of pierce it. And it's not too happy about that.
Cool.
So,
how are you doing on health, Tyler?
I've got 26 hit points.
I feel like you got hit a lot, though.
I did. Well, 26 out of 46. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Ooh.
Okay.
And at second level, and as a order cleric, I use my voice of authority to let you use your reaction to make one attack against a creature that you want.
Golly.
And you can go ahead and use that.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. I got healed some too.
Yeah, you got healed for. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but you got healed for 8.
I'll take it.
8 health back.
Awesome. And now I get to make a attack.
Yeah, you get to make an attack on a creature.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'll attack this. Should I attack the ensnared beast, or no? I'll attack the guy on top of the ensnared beast.
Perfect.
So that is a 14.
The guy on top, that'll just barely miss, just barely.
And is this like a single attack, or is this like an attack round?
Yeah, it's just only one attack.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
All right. Dolph, like to do anything else?
Nope.
All right.
There's only so much a cleric can do.
With that, you all have heard some scuffling, and you now are hearing some screams coming from Junus and Trollan. And you all just barely see them caught in nets as they are pulled out of the darkness. The Dalek managed to find their way through just barely, and are now pulling them into the grass farther away from you. And with that, the rest of the Daleks also begin to notice this and start to also run away towards that direction. So you all get one more attack of opportunity against a few of them. So go ahead, and we'll just start with the top of the order with Skud.
All right. So that is a 26 to hit.
That does it.
All right, and that's 7 points of damage.
That Dow beast you've been attacking is just hanging on by a thread. It's so slowed down. It looks like it's about to bleed out. All right. And you can attack again if you'd like. I believe you have 2 attacks, right?
Oh. Okay. All right, and that is a 24.
That'll do it.
And that's 6 points of damage.
Yes. You just cut into this beast with 2 fell swings and just gut it. And it falls down dead with the Dalek on top leaping off as it dies and running off on all fours into the tall grass. Do you want to do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Next up is Lyra.
Okay, is there another spot that I can use Shatter again?
A similar spot. The same ones are starting to run kind of away, so you can hit that same group of now 3 as Storm hit and killed one of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for that. Oh, they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. They are not good at this, so see how it goes. Okay, one got a 16, and the other one's got an 11 and an 8.
Okay, so the 16 will take half damage, but the other 2 take full damage.
All right.
That was not as good this time. That's 12 damage.
All right. You do manage to kill 2 of them.
Okay.
Cool. 2 of them just like shake for a moment and then just collapse dead. The other one manages to stay standing and runs off.
Okay. For my second attack, I'm gonna attack the one that's closest to me, whatever one that is.
Okay. Yeah, that's one that Storm has hit.
Okay. And I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration, which gives me a D8 to use on my attack roll, and then I can either do that much damage to an adjacent foe.
Oh, all right. There is an adjacent foe.
Okay, so I rolled a 3 plus 5. That's 8 plus 6. 14.
You just slice right through that Dalek, dropping it dead as well.
Okay, well, that was to hit. That wasn't damage.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, 16 does hit. Sorry.
It was 14.
14. Oh, that still does it. 14?
Okay. So
yeah, 14 does it.
All right.
Because that one. Yeah, that was one of the ones
so that's 10 damage plus. Yeah, so 10 damage to one and then 6 to the one next to it.
Okay. Both of them are still standing. The one that you dealt 10 damage to is not looking great at all. The other one's not looking as bad.
Okay.
Still not great. All right. Tan has managed to wrangle one of the Dow beasts and has brought it on shore. But he can't really do much. He's just he starts trying to ride it towards all the ones that are running away, but with not much success. So next up is.
How many of the beasts are holding the net?
The ones holding the net are off in the bush. You can just barely see the tops of them. There are 4 holding each net. Well, 2 holding each net. Each net, the nets hold Janice and Drolin.
I'm going to dash over there and try to hit one of the ones holding the net. I'm going to, with a rapier, with Casper's assistance, so with rolling with advantage.
Roll normal as you would have been rolling with disadvantage without Casper's help.
Oh, okay.
As it's just like with how the Daleks are and where the ropes are, it's difficult. It's a difficult hit.
Rolled a natural 20.
Oh, okay, yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so rapiers. 8. 11. That would be 11 because I didn't have advantage. Gotcha.
All right, 11. All right. That does it. You're able to cut into the net, so the net is open a little bit. Lost that. Okay. Hang on. So sorry. So sorry for vanishing. But you're able to cut into the net, so the net is open a little bit. You weren't able to quite cut the net off of the dowling piece as there's multiple bits holding it, but the net is now more open. So, anything else you'd like to do? All right. Storm, you're up next.
Okay, I am going to pull out my longbow. And since I have 2 attacks, I'll shoot 2 arrows at the individuals holding the net.
All right.
Okay. So the first one was a 17, since I'm using my sharpshooter feat.
That
and
hits.
The second one was a 13.
That next one did not.
Okay. All right. So the one that did hit is going to take 18 points of damage total.
All right. You get a nice arrow right in their back. They're still holding on, but very weakly. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to use my movement and run. I've got 40 feet, so run towards where the net is.
Okay. So you're able to get about 10 feet away from it at this point. Okay. Tyler, you're up next. You have one Dowick still on top of the Dow Beast in front of you. And you are still muted. Tyler, there we go.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm also gonna use my longbow to try to shoot at the people with the nets.
All right, perfect.
That's okay?
That is perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So, oh no! I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that didn't do it. That definitely missed.
I don't know how you deal with 1s. Is that gonna do something especially bad?
This time around, no. That arrow, basically that arrow you shot, it flies and it hits a rock and breaks. That's going to be the extent of that 1. But
okay. I'll take a second shot.
All right.
And that one gets a 19.
Yeah. Oh, I should have mentioned rolling with disadvantage if you're attacking the net because of where it is. So go ahead and roll again, and if that's lower, take it.
Sure. It is 18.
That does still hit. Wow, all right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And that's going to be 12 damage.
All right. The net the net splits open enough, and that one was holding Trollin inside, and he rolls out onto the ground. So he is now free.
One or 2 ain't bad.
So with that, it is now the Dow Beast and Dowick's turn, and they're going to run further away, and some of them are actually going to turn around to face you all to allow the other one to escape. And so with that, everyone go ahead and give me perception checks to try and watch it disappear as Junis is now being dragged away into the open tundra through shrubs and tall grass and potentially gone.
I got a 17.
All right.
18.
13.
21.
All right.
21.
All right.
10 for Tyler.
Oh, gosh. So the 13 and the 10 did not quite cut it. But the rest of you see kind of a clear trail that seems to be followed that you feel as though if you're able to get past, if you are after defeating the ones that are blocking the way, you will be able to track it. Dolf, it is now your turn.
Cool. I want to. Is there like from the ones that are, I guess, defending? Are any of them? Have any of those guys been hit already?
Some of them have. One's looking pretty bad off. But for the most part, some of them are the ones that haven't been hit yet.
All right, I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna go as far as I can, which is only like 25 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead and hit my weapon against my shield, and they have to make a wisdom saving. It's only one of them though.
Okay.
They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, let's see. For the Dao Beast or the Daoic?
Let's go Dow Beast. Let's get rid of these guys.
That's going to be a 7.
Yep, that's not gonna do it. They're gonna take 2d. Was that Dow Beast injured already?
That one was, yes.
All right, cool. That's gonna take 2d12 damage then.
Nice. That one drops. It basically, you all see its eyes kind of like go this dark black, and it just kind of shakes for a little bit and then just drops. And the Daoic on top of it freaks out and just jumps up and starts running away.
Cool.
So yeah. And so with that, we're back to the top of the order, and what you all see is this. The ones that have blocked the way just kind of force you back so that you cannot pursue the Dao Beast and Daoic carrying away Junis. And in the process, you all managed to save Trollan, but Junis is now been taken away, and the rest of them, after some time, run off. Just to kind of speed things up. You managed to kill a few more, but rest of them run off, and now it is just you all with Trollan, but no Junis.
No, no.
Storm is going to go ahead and start tracking the path that we saw Junis being taken down, and just start heading in that direction, keeping an eye out for anything that would lead us to where she's being kept.
All right. You rolled a 13 on the perception check to see where they're going, right?
I had the 21.
The what?
I had the 21.
Oh, yeah, the 21. Sorry, I'm forgetting who rolled what. Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll with advantage on a survival check.
Okay. Okay.
Can I
ignore the whining dog? I'm very sorry. So 19.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get him to be quiet.
Yeah, you managed to track it, and you can see clearly. What did the rest of you do?
I was gonna go with her.
Okay.
To track.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sending out to scout ahead as well.
Okay, perfect. Y'all can go ahead and roll survival checks as well. I believe you both succeeded the perception check, so roll with advantage.
For survival.
Yeah.
Was anyone else hurt?
I got a 15.
Like, really bad?
Yeah, you managed to see the same thing.
I have a 12, but Casper rolled a 15 for.
All right. So
perception.
Casper manages to kind of see, with the bird's eye view, see the kind of the trail. It's kind of hidden because it's underneath the grass for the most part, but you can still make out the trail that they've taken.
Is
And
anyone hurt real bad here?
I'm not doing.
Not real bad. Yeah.
I've seen better days.
Yeah, I'm hurt fairly bad.
Okay.
I'm pretty all right. I didn't take that much.
I'm okay. I'm down like 12 points.
I'm okay too.
I mean, might as well do this. Just everyone gets a little healing. I'm gonna cast mass healing word, and everyone gets. Oh no! Everyone gets 8 hit points back.
nice. 8 hit points back. That's a decent chunk.
Everybody gets that.
Yeah. So walking up to you all who are trying to kind of track the path, Can walks up and he is comforting Trollin. And he says, "Well, I hope you all know what you're doing. I'm rubbish at tracking things, so this is not good, especially with losing some rations. But so do y'all see which direction they went?" Nice. All right. So Can kind of looks at Trellin, and Trellin's kind of whimpering and he's crying. He's very upset, and so he kind of like sets him aside and he kind of pulls all of you over for a moment. And he says, "So we don't really have much time. Given what Junius was wearing, she probably has 3 days tops to survive out here in the cold without food. That is, if those Dawik don't eat her first. But we probably need to hurry. That's for sure. I would say."
Yeah.
All right.
Then hurry now.
And off you
Mount
all.
your horse.
And off
It's
you
like
all go. Yeah. So as y'all go off, you head off that way, and you're following the path. And it takes some time as the Dow Beasts and Dowiks were on full sprint, and they got a good bit of a head start ahead of y'all. And as you go, the path winds through the icy tundra landscape, and it's a rather difficult trail. With your horses, they have some trouble, especially you, Storm. It's fairly difficult terrain for you just because of how small the divots and holes are. Small potholes twist your ankles and everything. And it slowly begins to get colder. After walking and running for a few hours, the weather starts to change for the worst. Icy snow begins to whip around you, and the wind cuts you to the core. And the snow begins to fall even harder and harder, and obscuring your vision beyond 20 feet. And the temperature drops as well. You all know that if you don't find shelter of some sort, you're in danger of freezing to death. So what do y'all do?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand Invisible, and I'm gonna steal another bottle off of Can.
Roll stealth.
25.
Yeah, that definitely does it. He does not notice.
Well, I
take a sip of more comfort.
I'm just gonna be. So shall we take a little, try to find some cover, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
I think we have.
I clap my hands. I put my hands on the ground, and I cast Lehman's tiny hut.
I knew it. I knew it.
Perfect.
I knew it.
Awesome.
All right.
I just
Yeah.
what?
So with that, Lehman's tiny hut appears, and it's warm and cozy. Lehman's tiny hut. Gotcha.
So 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside this dome.
Nice. And so, Storm, are you a size medium or are you size large?
Let me check. Because that's a good question.
I believe the spell fails if he tries to cast her in it, and if she is large.
Oh no.
Because I have the same spell.
So I have her. She's like 6'8". So I don't know if that would put her in the large or medium category.
I can find out. Hang on. Let's
Centaurs
see.
are medium.
I believe centaurs are medium. That would make sense. Actually, wait, no. Centaurs are considered large.
Oh no.
Sorry.
No.
Just because they take up much more space in general. So, you try to cast said spell. You try to cast Lehman's tiny hut, and it just breaks. The force that would have been warm and welcoming, just straight up fails.
It's all right, Dolf. I'll just make a fire outside. Go ahead and all of you enjoy the hut. I'll be out here for first watch if anyone needs me. And I will get out of the range. That way he can cast a spell.
Well, someone else is gonna have to cast it because I used all my spells.
I'll cast it.
I used all my 3rd level spells.
All right, Storm. I actually want you to go ahead and roll me a survival check. Or whichever one's better, survival or perception.
Let's see. They are the same.
Perfect. So either one works.
Okay. 19?
Yes. So with that 19, you actually see a small gully that is seems to be an old riverbed. In it, there is actually kind of an overhang where there's a small cave that seems to be out of the elements.
Okay.
So, and you could fit there easily.
I will go there. But before I walk away from the group, I'm going to ask, can someone light a fire for me? It's a bit difficult to get all the way down to the ground there.
So Tyler, from today's battle, doing quite poorly, but seeing Storm do quite well in today's fight, I think gained a lot of respect for Storm, but also in this moment just feels a sense of some form of guilt, and maybe also speaking negatively of large creatures also made him feel a sense of guilt in this moment. And so I think he's going to elect to go help with the fire, but also just to keep Storm company through the night.
All right, perfect.
As Tyler goes to get himself ready to light the fire, I just cast prestidigitation and light it for her.
Perfect.
Good, because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do anyways.
All right. So yeah, you get a fire going.
I did it.
And then I just kind of look at Tyler and I go, and I walk away.
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
You made fun of large creatures and creatures with sharp teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, I love it. All right.
Thankful wave.
So, all right. So you all make a fire. You make a fire and you set up down in this small cave with the rest of you in Lehman's tiny hut. In this cave, in the cave, just to give you an idea, it's cold ground, but it seems to be cold from the elements, and it's fairly spacious. It looks as though it could have fit all of you if you needed, but it's good, and you're managed to get a fire going, and it starts to warm up considerably in there. So it's this nice little not oven, but it definitely keeps you very warm. So you don't feel in danger from freezing. And also with Lehman's tiny hut, same deal goes for y'all. But let's see. So after some time of spending some time outside of the elements and resting and warming up, those of you in the cave, so Storm and Tyler, after having the fire going for some time now and your bodies warming up the ground, you hear a crack. And as you look around as more cracks begin to happen, and you look on the ground, and you see the ground is actually just some very thick-ish ice that has begun to melt with the fire on top of it. And then with that final noticing, you hear a much louder crack. And the floor completely falls out from underneath both you and Tyler. And I need you both to make dex saves.
Okay. Would I be able to reach like my arm like after I noticed that initial crack and like yank Tyler up over onto my back?
Give a strength check for that.
While this is all going on, I'm just trying to interior decorate this man's tiny hut. This is not my tiny hut.
For strength.
I'm just like surreptitiously pouring out the remains of the flask out the tent flap.
Yeah, gosh. Let's see if this can notice.
Underneath to let it fall into his mouth.
All right, so what was your strength check, Storm? 18? Yeah. You managed to pull Tyler onto your back. So, Tyler, you now have advantage on your dex save.
Awesome. Because I needed it.
And I got a dirty 20 for my dex save.
Okay, so
and you wanted me to roll with disadvantage since he's on my back.
Yes.
9 plus 7. I got a 16.
Okay, so you both managed to save and are only going to take half damage from this. It's not a big fall, but it's far enough. So you're only going to both take 3 bludgeoning damage as you hit hard, icy, rocky floor beneath you.
Do we hear this from our hut?
Like
the crack?
It'd be hard to hear over the wind and how they're like kind of a little ways away from you, but go ahead and roll perception if you want to try and hear it.
It's a 10 for me.
28.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna
I have
leave that alone.
expertise in perception.
She hears it before it cracks.
Yeah, with that 28, you absolutely hear a very large, loud crack. And I assume some yelps and kind of some yells from Storm and Tyler.
Mostly from Tyler.
So,
as I'm pouring the flask out, I look up as I hear it. I go, oh.
So, yes. So, do you all go out to inspect after that?
Yeah.
If we leave the dome, it no longer exists.
Well, more for you when you leave.
When
the
I
dome,
leave, okay.
When you leave the dome, it then ends the spell.
So I will stay where I am.
And
let everybody else go.
All right, sweet. So for those of you,
I'm going to try to get out of the water.
Oh no, you're not in water. You're on hard, stony ground. You've fallen into a cavern, is what you've fallen into.
Okay.
Yes. So for those of you who go to investigate, you see what I described: a hole in this small little cave, and in it is Tyler and Storm, who are on the ground about 30, 40 feet below you. The cavern you two are in is basically there's walls, there's some other passages leading away, but the walls leading up to the hole in the roof it's like in the center of the ceiling. So it's like hole here, wall, ceiling, wall. So there's no climbable way to get back up.
Okay.
But there are passages.
Climb a way to get back up.
I kind of walk up to the hole and I go, "Oh, this is a big hole." And I kind of peek down and I go, "Hello."
Hello.
You all right down there?
We're fine. Just can't quite get back up, it seems.
Well, we'll have to do something like that.
I mean, there are these tunnels. I wonder if there's another way out.
Something else y'all do notice down in that cavern is the walls are filled with old, very clearly dead bodies. And there's bones all in this area, and it appears, based off your knowledge of the Dawic, that this is their freezer. You have fallen into the freezer for the Dawics.
Oh.
How convenient.
I just noticed something else.
I
There
think
are many dead bodies in here.
take a look around. It seems as if this is likely where they took other charge.
Do I hear this from up top?
Yeah, they're close enough. You're able to hear that, and you're able to kind of look down and see. It's fairly light as some of the natural light's filtering from above, as well as some of the fire that was burning is still burning in bits and logs around. So there's some light around in this cavern.
Should we get everyone else?
I think that would probably be wise.
What's going on?
All right, so I get.
While you go get them, I'm gonna look for a place to tie a rope.
Yeah, I'll go get everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fell in a hole. It's a freezer. It's apparently the freezer. Where the Doic store their like food and stuff. So they are in there now.
Is this Tyler's fault?
Retrospectively, this is his fault, if anything.
Okay.
No regrets.
So I guess we all go back to inspect it together.
Yeah.
It
So
seems like we need to progress through these tunnels.
perfect.
To find.
We'll go ahead and skip to the part where I imagine you all have found a place to tie a rope, and you all descend down into the tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is exciting.
So
it's just a fade. It's a crossfade.
Yeah, just crossfade. Suddenly you're all down in this freezer looking around. And you do all notice that
Secret
you do all notice that Junice is not in this room. You do not find her body in the ice or on the ground anywhere. You don't see any fresh bones, so you would assume that she is hopefully still alive.
Just out of curiosity, what are we drawing with us? Or
Yes, Trollin is with you. He is Tan has kind of, I mean, he's like their bodyguard and butler, so he's like with him, he's on him, making sure that nothing crazy is happening to him. So y'all will not have to worry about Trollin for the most part.
Okay.
Before we do anything, I would like to point out to Tyler that there are no grizzlies in this cave, just so he is aware.
you never know. I mean,
Yeah. Better have your bow ready, because they might pop out at you.
Of course. Already ready.
I'm being very sarcastic, but I get the feeling he has no idea I'm being sarcastic.
As I As I hear Lyra say this, I cast Minor Illusion to make a small growling noise right near.
Once again, Tyler, you hear a small growling come from right near you.
Just because we're doing this, I'm going to use Disguise Self to make myself look as bear-like as possible.
I'm going to kill you!
So suddenly, Tyler, there's a growl.
Can we do some sort of like perception check to see if I can assess whether or not it's a real bear?
Yes, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, it's an investigation.
Oh, investigation. All right.
Against my spell save. Yeah, or my spell DC.
Very glad.
Okay, I have made a 16.
Okay, you know it's not. You know it's not a bear. You know it's me.
I get a little bit angry and I say, that was very irresponsible. Bears are highly dangerous and I take them very seriously.
Considering Tyler is still on my back, I'm going to work him off because he's annoying me. And as he's lying on the floor, I'm going to say, well, since you're so brave, Trueshot, lead the way.
Fine, I will. So in a huff, slightly feeling antagonized by his team, he huffs off ahead of the group and starts walking down the trail, the cave.
There were multiple tunnels, right?
There were multiple, but one seems to be like the main tunnel.
Okay.
That's the one that I pick.
All right, perfect. All right, so as you're walking down, you continue forward, and you see it's just all ice and stone. There's no really any vegetation of any sort. It seems to be well used. There's some snow that is wafted in, and but there's also some snow on the ground that just hasn't frozen. And you see some footprints that are clearly Dawic. Also, something else you all see as you're walking, don't have to make perception checks for this. You see a different set of footprints, just one, walking amidst the Dawic. And it looks like duck footprints. Like just a straight up duck.
Can I make a history check to see if I have like any knowledge of some duck-like beast from the tundra?
You can go ahead and make a history check.
I'll make
Is it like the size of a duck?
It's the
like
size of a duck.
Or is it large?
It's the size of a normal duck.
All right, I got a dirty 20.
You have no knowledge of any sort of creature that would have duck feet.
I want to
other
make
than a
nature
duck.
check to make sure that it's a duck.
Okay. Go ahead.
Joke's on you. That is a 5.
Yeah, no, you're
Prove me wrong.
real certain that's a duck.
I forget that nature is intelligence, and I have a -2 in intelligence.
Well,
I also don't have very much intelligence.
Well,
I'm very wise. I'm just not
find this
smart.
duck. I'm quite the cook. Got all the right tools so we can have a delicious little duck meal to
Oh,
celebrate.
Man,
thing.
I know the best duck roast recipe.
Do not eat the duck. That is my new friend Charles.
Look on Charles.
Well, you better not let Tyler get to him first then.
Don't worry, it's a small creature without sharp teeth. Tyler should leave it alone.
That's exactly right.
Ducks do have teeth.
They do have teeth.
It is
Well,
not
now I'm a little torn.
Oh.
As Tyler continues to walk ahead, I cast Minor Illusion to make a quacking sound in his ear.
Tyler's bear story just gave us so much.
That's really did. That was so good.
It's a gift that keeps on giving, really.
Can I do a perception to see whether or not I can assess this as a real duck or as my friend pretending to be a duck?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's intelligence.
Oh, great. I rolled a...
Sorry.
A 5.
Yeah, no, you're certain that there's a duck right near you. And you're
I draw my bow and look around for the duck.
Seeing him draw his bow, Storm's going to say, I swear if you shoot our dinner...
I've heard it has teeth, and don't you shoot dinner before you eat it anyways?
And I just kind of yell out,
I don't trust your aim.
I can't find the duck. Let's keep going.
Gosh.
We follow the duck prints.
Perfect. As you continue on, the cavern twists and turns, and you start to find more interesting things along the way. You find a room with a very crudely made ice sculpture of a duck.
I got immediately excited.
Later on,
Does it
another.
look like it's being it's like an idol, like they worship it.
Well, further on, you do actually see a mural, like kind of like cave drawings, like carved into the ice and stone. It looks like there's an angelic being worshipped by the Dalek, and this angelic being looks like a duck.
I think the duck is their god.
Is it?
That makes complete sense.
Maybe it's a sentient duck, or maybe it's a poor duck that wandered into this land by accident.
Now, I have a moral question for the group.
Okay.
If this is a sentient duck, are we or are we not eating it?
I think we should still eat it.
No.
Actually,
well, it looks like the shoe's on the other foot.
All right. Okay, guys.
I begin to kneel out ice.
Hear me out. What if the duck becomes my friend? Since it is a god, it becomes my friend, and we get closer to God together.
Yes. I immediately kneel down and begin praying to the duck sculpture, and I cast precipitation to put sparkles around it.
For the
Okay,
record,
Lyra's I'm done with you all now. We've gone too far.
Yeah, Storm's going to keep on walking ahead.
So they
follows. It's no.
This duck is now going to be my animal companion.
Dolf has found his new god.
Skud is not a god, thanks. Keeps walking.
Can is just
your owl. This is my friend now.
Can just comes up to you, Dolphin's like, is this just a god duck? Duck god? What duck? I'm so confused. Anyways,
I don't believe it's an actual god.
I don't know. Kind of looks like one in this picture.
Is it like a large
Storm's going to cover her crown above her head like this and say, and now I look like an angel. But we all know I'm not.
Does the duck in the image, does it look like it's larger than a normal duck?
No.
It looks like a normal duck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the footprints were normal duck size,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna I'm getting to the point where I'm like, what the hell is happening? And I just want to find out now, so I'm moving faster. I mean, I was moving fast to begin with, but now I'm really moving.
All right.
I'm moving as fast as I can because I want this duck as my friend.
I just kind of stand up and shrug and keep walking with everyone.
All right. As you continue on, you move into the next room, and this next room seems very different suddenly. It's a very perfectly icy room. There's two doors on the other end. One is perfectly ice, one is made of stone. And in the middle of this room, on this sort of dais, there sits a dagger. What do y'all do?
It's just by itself.
Yep.
I'm gonna touch it.
Do not touch the dagger.
I'm gonna grab her before she
Start
touches
walking
it.
towards it.
I'm like, don't touch it, don't touch it. I want to search for traps first.
Okay.
But it's
Don't
All right.
touch
So,
the dagger.
are you heeding their words, or are you continuing forward?
I'm like slowly inching towards it.
Okay.
I'm trying to like hold her back while also looking
Storm is
for
going
traps.
to body block the dagger.
All right.
And while she's standing there, I want to check and see if I can sense any magic or anything on the dagger or the dais itself.
Okay. So go ahead and roll Arcana, and Lyra, go ahead and roll Investigation for traps.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I got 18 for Arcana.
I just got a 10.
All right. Yeah, you don't see any traps. But
Okay.
actually, Storm, you do notice some sort of magical feeling about it. It doesn't feel particularly hostile, but you do sense some magic.
I'm as they're investigating, I'm going to cast Mage Hand Invisible and try to take the dagger.
Okay. Give me a stealth check with advantage because they're distracted by looking around and sensing stuff.
26.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
You pick up the dagger, and you bring it to you, and on it, on the blade, it actually reads these words: "Hard as stone, cold as snow. To open me up, stab me with the blood of ice."
Would you mind saying that just one more time?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hard as stone, cold as snow. To open me up, stab me with the blood of ice.
Do we know that she has the dagger now? Have we noticed?
At this point, yes, you all have started to notice that she has this dagger.
It's like
Okay.
the dagger's.
I'm just kind of staring at it like, what could this mean?
What does what mean?
Well, it says something about stabbing the blood of ice.
That be water?
Water?
Stab water.
I think it's water.
How do you stab a dagger with water?
Well, what if
Now,
you
this is
use
just
the
a
dagger to
thought.
stab like a pool of water or a waterfall?
Well, it's saying stab me with the blood of ice.
Oh.
So we're supposed to stab it with water.
How do you stab a dagger?
I could spit on it.
Okay, go for it.
I hold
for it.
I just want to
I
see.
spit on it.
All right. You spit on it, and nothing happens.
Mm.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Someone pour.
Oh,
Oh no.
there we go.
Hey, can I get your water?
Yes, I do have some flasks here. Here's one is already very empty. Oh, no, I'm actually missing a flask. Where is it?
While he's losing his mind over his flasks, I'm going to pull out that water skin that I had filled up with water, and hand it over to Dolf.
I'm gonna like angle it and just like water gun the dagger.
When you do, nothing happens.
Can you read the first part of it again?
Hard as stone, cold
Hard as
as
stone.
snow. To open me up, stab me with the blood of ice.
Perhaps it's not talking about the dagger itself.
What if it's talking about something else? Yeah. Because how will you open a dagger?
I would like to look around the room and see if I can notice anything that is both very hard and very cold. So I'm going to look at the dais initially, and then just around the room.
All right. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check then.
Can I try to open the doors?
14.
Sure. 14, you said?
Yeah.
With that, I mean, the dais itself is not particularly impressive. It's just kind of like a raised bit of ice. The only other thing is there's the door that's just kind of made of ice, but it's still clearly a door. And then there's one door that is made of stone. And coming up to it, you do feel it is very cold. Tyler, you tried to open the doors?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll start with the ice doors and just try to open it, just like how you open doors, you know.
Yeah. All right. So you try to open it, and it does not move. And
Okay,
same
now
thing.
can I try the stone door?
Yeah, same thing with the stone door. It does not open.
Maybe we're supposed to stab the door.
These doors are locked.
I was gonna say, do I see the door yet? Like, am I?
Yeah,
part
no,
of
like
this?
you definitely can see the doors. They're on the other end of the room from you.
I look at the dagger and then I look at the door, and I just go up and I just poke the door with the dagger.
All right. So after being coated in the water, you actually see the dagger just slide right into the stone. And then the door actually just kind of splits in half, kind of like an elevator door, and just opens up, and the hallway is now open to you.
We go in.
Absolutely.
I hand Storm's water skin back.
I tie it back up and tuck it back in my satchel.
Perfect.
I put the dagger away on my person.
Nice.
Do I notice any tracks or anything that would lead us to believe that someone has recently gone down this hallway?
You do see more Dalek footprints and that same set of duck footprints.
Follow the duck, my friends.
Oh, this freaking duck.
As you continue on, you do see that, again, the footprints start to die off, not from like they go away, but that there's just nothing left to create footprints in. It's now just pure ice and stone. And you come up to a room that is wide and it has 6 hallways that kind of twist and turn, and you can't see down them. And in front of them, you see a sign written in crude common, as if something was struggling to write it in this language. And it says, 6 ways to get to me. Only one way to live to see me. One path is hot and hates the heat. One path is cold and loves the heat. 2 paths are warm and don't like each other. One path is cool but hates indecision. The last path loves the cold but doesn't know how it feels. And below that says, choose the path that won't kill you by the elements. You must figure out how they are oriented. The safe one is the path that is cold but loves the heat, but you must figure out which one that is.
Okay, could you read them again?
If someone typed it out, can you put it in the Discord?
Yeah, I don't know. So 6 ways to get to me, only one way to live to see me. One path is hot and hates the heat. One path is cold and loves the heat. 2 paths are warm and don't like each other. One path is cool but hates indecision. The last path loves the cold but doesn't know how it feels. And the path you are looking for to pass through safely is the one that is cold but loves the heat.
Okay. Oh my god.
Do we see 6 paths in front of us too?
You do, yes. There are 6 different paths. Yeah, that's a good question to have.
And do they all look the same?
Yes, from the outside, they all look the same.
Huh. Okay.
I have no idea.
I would like to start approaching the entrances of each of them, not going into them, but maybe putting like one hoof into the tunnel to see if I can figure out which ones are the hot and warm ones based off of like the temperature of the floor.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. It won't be hard.
16.
All right, yeah. So as you go and you're just like kind of testing them, from left to right, this is kind of how they're oriented. One path seems to be a bit warmer. One seems to be colder. One seems to be hotter. One is also cold. Another one is cold. One is like the so there's warm, cool, hot, cold, and then one that doesn't actually have a feeling, and then a warm one again.
Okay, so
That's only 5.
I'm to walk next to each of them and say, and I'm going to go from right to left because I had just gone that way. So I'm going to say, this one's warm. This one doesn't know how it feels. This one's cold. This one's hot. This one's cool. This one's warm. So we can eliminate number 1, number 3, number 5, and number 6. So we're down to 2.
So it says
The one
it's
that
cold
decision and the
one.
one that loves the heat.
There's 6 of us in 6 tunnels.
I'm not willing to die just to
I have an
test
idea.
the tunnel.
Okay.
What if I like threw a torch into one to see if it liked the heat or not?
Well, I'm fire resistant. So maybe I should go into
Resistant but not immune, so you can still take damage.
Right.
Yeah.
I think throwing a torch down the one is a good idea. So number 2 and number 4.
I'm going to light a torch and throw it down the second hallway. Pathway.
All right. So you throw it down there. You throw it down, and initially nothing really happens. But then in a flash, it is consumed in a sudden just heat wave, and it dies down, and the whole torch is just gone.
Okay.
Now, do we think that means it loves it or that it hated that?
I don't think it liked it.
I think that means we would receive the same treat.
Agreed.
That was the one that was cool or the one that was cold?
That was the cool one.
Yeah, and we want one that's cold, right?
The one you want is the one that is cold but loves the heat.
Oh, well then.
So I take another
that seemed to
torch.
love heat.
So I'm
And
going
throw
to
it down
take
the
another
other one.
torch. Yeah, and throw it down the other.
So number 4?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That one, when you throw it down, the fire doesn't do anything initially. but then it actually like seems to get like the torch grows hotter, but it's not a flash. It's a nice sort of just it's almost a sauna, but in a more warm and welcoming sort of way. And it is
Sounds
still lit.
promising.
I don't know about you, but I think that one seems much more lovely than the flash and disappear.
Skud
Yeah,
not
I
being so
say-
bright goes off to grab the torch.
Okay.
All right. So you walk down the hall, you pick it up, and you kind of look further down and you see that it continues on, and there is another, and the corridor continues.
So I call back and I tell everybody, this is safe.
Okay.
All right, I had one.
I follow.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So walking through, everything is fine. And beyond it, you actually see that there is no other tunnels leading to this. This is the only, it spreads out again, but none of these 6 tunnels, the little paths that you saw, none of them lead to this.
Okay.
So, coming out, you walk a little bit and you find yourselves just there in front of you in a large, what seems to be an ancient throne room. There's actually some old ruins around. There's some thin ice above you that allows for natural light to get in. And on an elevated platform at the far end, there is a throne.
Real quick, Luke, Deanna, it is echoing really bad off of yours.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I couldn't understand really anything Luke said because of the feedback.
Let's
So if
see.
you could just say that again.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes, sweet. Okay, so in front of you is looks like a large throne room. Old, ancient stonework is kind of dotted over next to you. A thin layer of ice is on the ceiling that is allowing for natural light to come in. At the far end, there is a raised platform, only about 4 feet up, with stairs leading to it, with a large throne. In front of it are lots of Daleks bowing before the throne, chanting. And next to the throne are 2 large feline-looking creatures, almost like saber-toothed tigers, but if they're like snow leopards. So that mental image. But that's not the thing that amazes you most, because on the throne, on a throne that would easily fit a Goliath, sits in majesty one of the such wonder, such raw power emanates from it, that you are all overcome with awe, is a duck wearing a small crown.
Dolf is
Storm's
that
going
duck
to
is
elbow
mine.
her 2 companions closest to her, and then very slowly and with a very confused look on her face, kneel out of respect for the duck so he doesn't smite us.
All right.
Like, she doesn't go down, but she bows her human half.
Okay. All right. Do any of you follow
Do
suit?
they see us?
Skud does.
I'll follow suit.
No.
All right.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Well, it does see you. It does see you. And as you bow,
I'm just like looking at them like, what are you doing? It's a duck.
That is Charles.
I'm not
Say
bowing
something.
because I'm gonna be. I am in the mindset that was like, that duck is no god. That duck is my friend now. I'm going to get that duck.
The duck actually, does that thing where it's like sitting on its butt. Its feet don't even stick off the edge of the throne, and so it just kind of waddles and stands up on the throne with its wings back and its small crown, and it looks at all of you. and it opens its mouth to speak and goes, ah!
Storm, slightly embarrassed, raises herself back up and goes, it's a duck. Just a duck.
The Dawick stand up and turn to look at you, but then they look back at the duck. And the duck raises its wings and just kind of lowers them as if saying calm. And it goes, ah! Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna cast comprehend language.
What's going on?
So I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language.
All right.
And so if this duck is speaking duck language, I can understand it for up to an hour.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Can I reach into my pack for in my food rations? Would there be anything bread-like?
Yeah, there'd be some bread.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of bread and just keep that
I
handy.
see Tyler do this.
Bread is healthy for ducks. Come on.
All right, so Lyra, you cast comprehend language, and Tyler, you pull out the bread. And when you pull out the bread, the duck actually stands a little bit taller. And Lyra, you hear it say,
Oh no.
I am pleased. I am thankful that you have brought this offering to me. How can I repay you for this kind and welcome offering, though some disrespect was paid towards me by those two, pointing at Lyra and Dolf.
I am slowly reaching into my bag for another piece of bread.
He sees that, he says, you are forgiven.
I'm the only one who understands this, right?
Correct.
This is true, yeah.
I saw the bread and was
Is he just quacking? Like, is that
Oh
all
yeah, the rest of y'all are just hearing,
Does it seem to be pleased quacking, or does it sound like a
Roll perception or investigation?
Translate what I can to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight into this.
22?
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
All right, hearing the pleased quacks, I'm also going to pull out some bread for the duck overlord.
I'm going to tell them that the duck is very pleased with the bread offerings, but I'm still not sure if it's just a duck.
I take out some gooseberry jam.
It likes the bread, but it may just be a duck. I don't know. We need to keep him talking.
I am going to slowly approach the duck.
Yes, bring the bread to me.
And
I'm gonna ask Lyra, do you know what's going on?
I know that the duck really likes the bread offerings. I don't know if the duck has any power more than an actual duck would have. However, it does seem to be controlling. It's controlling these things.
So perhaps if the duck likes us and our bread enough, we could ask the duck to make the Dawicks give us a charge back?
Yeah, maybe.
A trade of humans for
bread. Our bread.
I start following
jam on that
suit,
bread.
and I follow Dolf up with the bread in my
I
pack.
also follow the bread line.
Assembly line of bread now.
We're all approaching with our bread, and I'm singing softly as I go.
Prestidigitation to make the bread sparkly and like look extra tasty.
The duck actually flaps a little bit in clear joy, and Lyra, you understand, say, "Oh, my friends! Oh, welcome. This is joyous. You truly respect and understand your foul overlords, and not foul in the evil sort of sense, but that I am a waterfowl. But thank you.
Oh my god.
What can I do for you, my new friends?
Well, I can't speak to it in anything but common. Like, I can understand it, but it can't understand me. But I'm still gonna be like, can you understand us?
But of course!
Oh, he can understand us, guys.
Oh,
Sweet.
So,
hail the
are
Dark
you
Lord.
Are you a god or a duck?
Yes!
Are
Okay.
you both? Or are you just what are you?
I am the
You
duck.
mighty being.
I am the duck god, known as Quackers.
Oh
Oh,
my
he's known as
god.
Quackers, guys.
I love him.
I
Hail.
am the god of all waterfowl.
How did you come to be here in the snowy place? Like this is not a place of waterfowl. It's
No,
ice.
it is not. But it is my new kingdom.
New king.
For
What
I
if
was
we like
Hey, but if you
I was
You should ask if we can have our friend back.
I was cast out by the chicken god. That pecker.
Oh my gosh.
you
He
you guys
defeated
can
me in
ask,
fair combat, and I was cast down to this world where I found these simple creatures. They bring me food, though I do not really require their food that they eat. For I believe they
Okay.
eat your kind.
yeah, that's why we're here actually. How would you feel about us providing food that you would eat and you giving us back the friend that they stole?
Oh, did they take a friend of yours?
They did. Yes, they did.
Hmm. That is rather rude, I would say. How foul. And that's foul in the bad sense, not in the waterfowl sense.
Oh my god.
oh
I-
my god.
I don't even okay.
I need to learn how to speak duck.
Right?
Well, what friend did they steal? Perhaps I can assist since you so humbly offered bread to me. The sustenance that pleases my senses.
What is the name of the person that
Eunice.
Junus. Yes, her name is Junus. She's a woman, in her mid 60s, I believe. Probably came here not long ago. Hopefully, still alive.
Oh, I will certainly see what I can do. One moment. And he turns to all the Daleks. And they look up at him very expectantly. And again, the rest of you just hear, but Lyra, what you hear is, go fetch your most recent acquisition, and if they are not alive, I will be most displeased. And they all very quickly and rapidly go and are back fairly quickly, and with them is Junus, who doesn't look worse for wear, looks very scared, but sees you all and is very confused, and also sees the duck and is even more confused, but looks very happy to see you all. And the Quacker says, "Is this the one you speak of?"
Yes, this is the one we speak of.
Well then, I suppose we can make a deal. Do you have any more of this bread with you?
Okay, so I turn to the group and say he wants all of our bread.
The jam.
And with the jam, he actually seems he takes a moment to look at it, and he tells one of the Daleks to bring it to him, and he kind of sniffs and takes a nibble out of the bread with jam, and he says, "Well, to you, it sounds, but to Lyra he says, this sustenance What be it? It pleases my palate. It is not foul, and that is not in the bad sense, nor in the waterfowl sense.
Dolf,
So
you
for
said
future
that you
reference,
Sorry, what's going on?
Okay.
Dolf, you said that you have the ability to create food, right? So if we were to give this duck all of our bread, we would still be okay for our journey?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
What was that about creating food?
But I have a
Oh,
counter
no.
offer. I have a counter offer.
Let
Now,
You
me.
cannot create bread, can you? Only meat?
I have a counter offer. Here we
Very
go.
well. What is the counter offer?
All right, Lyra, you have to tell us what he says to this, but quackers, was it?
Yes, Lord Quackers of the
Lord,
the Fowl Kingdom, and that's waterfowl, not in the foul bad sense.
Lord Quacker, how would you feel to spread your influence even wider?
Nerd.
And you will have access to all the bread and good berry jam that you want.
This pleases me. Continue.
If you come with me and my companions, we can travel the world and spread the good news of your waterfoulness.
Oh my gosh.
Roll persuasion.
can I aid him in persuasion?
Yes, go ahead and you'll
I have
aid
a
him.
10 to persuasion. So
I have,
that's a 25.
I have 6 to persuasion.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Persuasion.
And I had a 25.
Perfect. So between both of y'all's persuasion, he sits back down and kind of folds his wings over his stomach and seems to kind of think for a moment. Yes! I like this. I will travel with you as long as there is bread and this sustenance that you call jam. I will certainly travel with you and spread my glory all across this land. Allow me to bid my current servants adieu, that they may go in peace. And he turns to all the Dowics that are looking up expectantly at him. And he says, Servants, you are free. You need not serve me any longer. I will always be your God in your hearts. But I now have a new vision of a kingdom far greater and filled with many waterfowl. And none of those foul chickens. And that is foul in the bad sense, not in the waterfowl sense. Come, take your
Does it
friend
seem
Junus, and we will depart.
Does it seem like they understand what he's saying?
In
Or are they
response,
just like intimidated by
Yeah.
him?
They seem to understand, and they actually kind of bow a lot, and they actually disperse.
Okay.
Yeah, I was worried when he
I
spelled
was so ready to fight though.
Yeah, I was ready to.
come
Okay.
after us.
So come, friends,
You
let us be
happen to
off.
speak anything other than duck?
What was that?
Do you happen to speak anything other than duck, Quackers?
Or can you teach me duck?
He actually he hops down from his throne and he waddles slowly over to each of you, and he kind of flaps up and touches each of you on the head. And suddenly you all now speak duck.
Yes.
That's awesome.
No ordinary duck.
So, and he says, "Come, friends, we will spread my glory. You will be my new servants, and we shall all spread my wonder."
Wait, all of us?
And with that, you all are led out of the cavern and back into the into the tundra, the open tundra. And you find your horses once again. You are all back together. You get the cart back up in place and continue on your way towards Foxmorestowe to deliver this noble family. And now you all have a common goal of worshiping and serving this duck god and spreading his glory. That's it.
That was great. That was awesome.
That's incredible.
It's great because as long as I have level one spells, I can always give them good berry jam, and I can always create food and water. So
there you go.
So that is it. Thank you, Stream, for joining us. This will go up on YouTube sometime tomorrow, hopefully, under Misty Mountain Legends. And thank you for joining. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll do this again. And thank you guys for joining us, all of y'all. Y'all were great players and great characters. This was so good. I'm so glad y'all could join us.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It was awesome.
I had a blast.
Perfect. All right. Well, farewell, Stream. I hope you all have a wonderful night.